Hello, hello, and welcome to my playthrough of Foolish Mortals. Let's just read what it says on the store page. Louisiana, 1933. 30 years ago, an entire wedding suddenly and mysteriously vanished on the island of Devil's Rock, and with it went the location of the lost treasure of Bellamore Manor. To find it, you might need to die too. A cozy story-driven point-and-click adventure game of merry and macabre. So, it's just a very, like, what's the word I'm looking for? It's like just a very point-and-click game. Those that are... Oh my god. My brain is dead today. I'm so sorry. I keep wanting to say regular point and click, but that's not what I mean. Because it's just... It's not iconic either. I have no words today, apparently. But it's just... Yeah, it's the epitome of a point and click game. It's just fun, puzzles, nice graphics, everything you want. I did look at the settings and I put on save game recaps, which I'm guessing is if you come back to it, you get a recap. And I turned off timed puzzles, because that's one of my... I have such a pet peeve with the timed puzzles, because it stresses me out so badly. And it takes away enjoyment, so those are gone. Okay, left click to interact, double click to quick travel, yeah, right click to examine. Okay, right click to examine, okay. Gotcha.
They said there was a treasure on the island. Its location, known only to the dead. I could see it in my dreams. How was I supposed to know that in order to find it, I'd have to die too?
Ooh. Look at this. Hell yeah. It's been a while since I played a point and click game that's not just full of comedy, you know. The last couple I played was just very comedy heavy. Oh, this music. And if I'm not mistaken, I think I remember on their store page it said that this was all hand-drawn. So that's amazing. No AI here. It reminds me so much of like 90s kind of scary games that, and no scary movies, like horror movies, that's this kind of ghost thing to it. I don't know, it's something it really reminds me of. That I've seen that was like some kind of 90s movies or something. And the green also reminds me of is it called? Haunted Mansion? The one with Eddie Murphy? The one that got a
Well, I think you're a fool.
remake?
Everyone
But I
on
haven't
Devil's
watched
Rock
that one.
knows what happened to that house. Over 30 years it stood empty now. Locals won't go near it. I say all it contains now is dust, cobwebs, and bad luck.
I don't have time for ghost stories.
Then what do you want with it?
33 years ago, the Belmore Trading Company was wound up and absorbed by the state. The owner's dead, the heir nowhere to be found. Money was missing from the company accounts, and it's still unaccounted for. I'm here to find it.
So you're a treasure hunter.
Not quite. I'm an auditor.
An auditor. Records, taxes, all that stuff.
Think of me as the adventurer of the accounts book. But on this case, I'm out of office and on location. At 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, the state's claim on that money lapses for good along with my commission. So I've got one night to find it. I'm overdue for a meeting with the parish comptroller to reopen the case.
The comptroller you're meeting wouldn't happen to be Theodore Grimes, would it?
Yes, I believe it is.
Would be hard to convince him, I'd say.
Why's that? I'm a good talker.
He died about 4 days ago. I'd wager he's waiting to be buried in St. Juniper Cemetery, stiff as a board.
Okay, that might be tricky. Talking to the dead isn't quite within my skill set.
Remember what I said about that house and bad luck?
My bad luck started long before that house. It's a 3-day journey to get here, and it took me 7. And ever since my suitcase got dropped overboard on the steamer, all I have to my name is a pocket watch, a magazine, and $1.
Less than $1, actually. You owe me for the taxi ride.
Yeah, we definitely need to lower the audio, because that is loud. Oh. There, maybe? I was wondering if I knew his voice from somewhere, because it sounds very familiar, but I don't think so. He has been a voice actor for a lot of things, like both video games and TV series and stuff, but I don't think I actually know his voice from anything. So, yeah, who knows?
The taxi driver was the type to prefer payment over conversation. The taxi driver's small. He looked like a balloon animal that had been overinflated. The taxi driver.
Oh, okay, I need to. I thought maybe it was a drag, but it's
And here's your change.
Didn't you say you'd take me into town?
You can walk from here. No one with any sense would go further onto this island at night. And remember, the tide's coming in. Within the hour, you'll be cut off from the mainland until tomorrow.
That suits me. I took the pocket watch out of my vest and clicked open the cover. I've got 13 hours to find $13 million.
Unlucky for some, but if you're really dead set on it, here's a tip. Go find the Spirit Queen.
The Spirit Queen? Who is that?
I think you'll find you mean, what's that? Good luck, Murphy McAllen.
Also, dude, that road is so small that you would have to drive into town to turn around, or else you have to back up the whole way. Spirit Queen. Captain's Club. Juniper Parish.
Walking into the port town of Dead Nettle, I could sense its history in every stone, brick, and plank. Echoes of merchant ships loading and unloading all manner of cargo from expeditions throughout the Caribbean. Gold and treasure that may still lie hidden on the island.
Dead Nettle. Also, it's still so loud. God damn. Feel like it's not really going down either. Room and board, doubloons jewelry. Okay.
door was locked with a sign in the window saying, "Closed for private appointment. Reopening shortly." I could see two gentlemen inside the store. A spindly man with a wiry mustache had his face pressed against a display cabinet, while a diminutive older gentleman tried desperately to pull him away. I'd seen similar behavior in Laurel and Hardy pictures.
Pulcinella.
The puppet show
fishes.
hadn't started yet.
Keep seeing fishies. Or at least disturbance.
I'd heard of the medical
in the water.
benefits of open-air night swimming. To my mind, the only medical benefit was diagnosing insanity in the people willing to do it. I shook the gate, but it wasn't going to open. Down the passageway, I could make out a portion of an illuminated courtyard and the echoing trickle of a fountain.
Well, maybe I guess we should go to the room and board.
Slap me with a paddle. It's a whopper.
Wait, so we went through here and we came out here?
Well, blast my barnacles. That's the third one tonight. These fish sure must have been spooked by something.
Could have just walked here. Okay. Let's look at the board.
Of all of the papers pinned to the board, one article stood out to me. It showed the beaming face of a rotund fisherman on the docks with a headline declaring he'd just broken the island's heaviest catch record.
Bloom canned beef. Why do you have to go all the way down here to read it?
The billboard poster was peeling away to reveal layers of advertisements underneath, like some sort of consumeristic onion.
Okay, so we can go in there.
The fishing net was worn and useless. Using it would have been like trying to catch soup with a sieve. Are the fish biting?
Not so well today, to tell the truth. That was the first nibble in hours. I'm near Kip's, by the way. I haven't seen you around here before.
I'm here because I have a very important job on this island. A calling that only I can fulfill. Dark secrets that I need to uncover.
Oh, you're a tourist. Now, why on earth would you choose Devil's Rock as the place to vacation?
I must have done something to upset my travel agent. The name's Murphy McCallan.
Nice to meet you, Mac. Not peckish, are you? You can help yourself to what I got here in my bucket if you like.
Oh, thanks.
That's nice of
My
you.
expectations of a local seafood delicacy quickly unraveled when I plunged my hands into what felt like lumpy jelly. Ugh. It was a handful of fish guts.
Ew.
Ah, that's the best bait you get around here.
Oh,
They
okay.
smell pretty bad, but the critters on this island love them. Who would have known they're good at suckering in tourists, too?
Have you heard of the
Have you heard of the Spirit Queen?
Heard of her? Sure. But I wouldn't be heading out into the bayou at this time of night.
If she's out there, that's where I need to go.
Murphy, bayou's dangerous. It's not the kind of place you want to go alone.
I'll be careful.
Well, if you're set on it, just take the western route out of town. Left at Pimlico Rock, then right on into the bayou. Without dark it gets in there, you'll see the lights guiding you the last stretch of the way. Just make sure the gators don't get too attached to you.
I hope I don't have to remember that. Ah. Cool. I really like the look of everything.
What's life like in Dead Nettle?
Well, it's not the hustle and bustle it used to be, but it suits me just fine. The ships just don't come through Dead Nettle anymore. Not since the disappearance.
He must have been talking about the Belmore wedding. The locals actually believed the story. Have you ever considered moving to the mainland?
Nah, I wouldn't like it over there. Crazies, oddballs, crackpots. The mainland doesn't have any of them.
I like the art style of their faces and stuff. It's very 90s animated movies. That's what it reminds me of.
What's that you're reading?
This is Herman Melville's Moby Dick.
Are you enjoying it?
I'm struggling my way through it, to be honest. I thought it was a how-to book. I must prefer the last book I read. It was much more action-packed.
What book was that?
The Encyclopedia of Fishing Lures, 3rd edition.
Are you saying that Moby Dick is really boring? I haven't read it, but...
I'm going to get back to exploring the island.
I wouldn't go looking for it if I were you, you know.
Excuse me?
The folks this island gets now either seem to be looking for something or running away from something. You look like you're doing both. You got your eye on that Belmore treasure, and I wouldn't be doing right by you if I didn't warn you to stay away from it. I know this island has a reputation for the macabre, and it's all fun and games in the beginning, but dig too deep, and you end up in the place you don't want to be.
What makes you think I... Ned looked at me in a way that told me my playing innocent wasn't going to work. Okay, that's right, but I'm not a grave robber. I'm an auditor, contracted by the state.
It don't matter what your reasons are, Mac. You need to be careful with that house. Us locals, we don't go anywhere near it.
I appreciate the concern, but who can really say they've seen a ghost?
I have, Murphy, and I'm not the only one. Ever since the disappearance, anyone brave or foolish enough to go up to their house has seen the same thing. You might say it was moonlight shimmering off dusty glass, the shadow of a tree branch, or a curtain blown by an unseen breeze. But deep down, we all know what we saw.
What did you see?
The Phantom. It's not something anyone will forget. Every poor soul who's seen the Phantom has been plagued by the most awful experience. Night after night of endless nightmares. Months of restless sleep. Just visions of faces. Evil faces. Laughing. It's like it can infect your dreams.
And who do you think the Phantom is? Or was?
Nobody knows. But it must have been someone at that awful wedding. Someone who doesn't want to leave the house. Or doesn't want to let anyone in.
I appreciate your concern, but I have a job to do. I don't think my boss would be too happy if I report back that ghosts and ghouls are what's standing in my way.
You're not the first to come looking for the treasure, you know.
But if I find it, I could be the last.
Whether you find it or not, I hope that's true. For everyone's sake.
Ned's talk of nightmares was the last thing I needed to be worried about. Even if it was a job, ever since I read about the Belmore treasure, all I could do was dream about finding it.
We got some lore. Ugh. Chum. Bleh. Merriam Macabre magazine, The Vanished Wedding. Ooh! Oh, hell yeah! For richer, for poorer. A mysterious manor, a bewitched bride, and a treasure trove that remains undiscovered to this very day. Hide beneath a blanket as we recount the spooky story of the vanishing wedding of Belmore Manor. They have not proofread this, I guess, because look at this. What is this? Such big gaps, but yeah. They say it happened on Halloween night in 1899 on the ominously named island of Devil's Rock. The creme de la creme of Louisiana society had been invited to the grand wedding of Abigail Belmore, younger sister of the Belmore brothers, wealthy owners of the Belmore Trading Company, which traded the waters of the Caribbean. British by birth, the brothers took over the Belmore Trading Company upon the tragic death of its original founders, the parents, while also adopting their young sister. The wedding of Abigail Belmore was said to be the highlight of the year for Louisiana's high society, but it was already a wedding plagued by scandal and tragedy. Abigail had declared her love for a sailor who worked aboard the brothers' ships, eschewing? Either or, the eligible bachelors across the south, Abigail was courted and proposed to by a commander. Unsure at first, but compelled by their love of their little sister, the brothers sanctioned the marriage and planned to make it a spectacle. A love for the sailor who worked aboard the brothers' ships, the eligible bachelors across the south. So I guess eschewing means they ship, like they take people across. Abigail was courted and proposed by a commoner. A commoner, oh no. Brothers sanctioned the marriage and planned to make it a spectacle. But a fairy tale wedding this was not. In the months leading up to the wedding, each of Abigail's brothers, one by one, went missing, never to be seen again. This writer's theory, murder. But who could accomplish such a heinous crime? The story takes, oh god. I thought I was reading this way. But no, we're reading down, okay. The story takes a mysterious twist the morning of the wedding. Abigail declared she would not marry the stalwart sailor, but would instead marry John Rackham, first officer of the Belmore Trading Company and its director following the disappearances of the Belmore brothers. Huh. Was the bride stolen from the sailor? Was the bride rescued by the officer? Or was the two men simply pawns of a demonic debutante? The following morning came and no newlywed couple was to be found. Through the night it is said that a huge green flash erupted from the manor house, and no one, not the bride, the groom, nor any of the guests, were ever seen again. The house was abandoned. The Belmore Trading Company broken up and sold off. The island left to fade in obscurity. And yet the wealth of the Belmore family was never been found. Gold, jewels, or even more esoteric treasures, all still lie undiscovered to this day. The house is avoided by anyone who knows its past, and still stands at the heart of the Belmore estate, rotting away with its fading secrets still locked inside. What happened to the vanished wedding? What happened to the Belmore treasure? The story gets stranger still. Rumors abound that the Belmore brothers had an interest in the occult, and this dalliance with the dark arts may have seduced them. Could voodoo from the Caribbean expeditions have infiltrated Belmore Manor? On occasion, the night sky above Devil's Rock still illuminates with a green glow, a memory of that fateful night when an entire wedding vanished. Or perhaps it is a beacon to a priceless treasure, still waiting for an adventurer foolish enough to pursue it. Till death do us part. Reproductions from the Belmore Art Collection. Oh. Yardley Belmore, the actor, Xavier Belmore, the explorer, and Cecil Belmore, the scientist. What about the sister? She just doesn't matter, I guess. A luminary of the stage on both coasts when his schedule allowed it, initially writing and performing plays, but in later years commissioning their production through his philanthropic efforts, as his schedule was overtaken by the rapidly growing business. Xavier, a member of the Captain's Club and the Globetrotters Guild, Xavier was the heartbeat of the Belmore Trading Company's ventures in the Caribbean, where the three brothers made lucrative trading contracts that spread to the United States and across the Atlantic. Lauded as a genius for his inventions and scientific rigor in the areas of electricity and transportation, rumors abound about possible technological discoveries that would have been announced if only he had not disappeared. Yeah, they should have really read through this properly and made it, because look at all these huge, and that happens when you write it in and you change the layout of, like, you make it small like this, So you make it lay to the left is probably what they've done. Or to the middle, it doesn't matter really. But that changes everything, how the words lay. So if you already had a space between these, then the spaces get extra. And that's probably what's happened here, and that should have been checked before publishing, in my opinion. Everything you need to make your own kazoo, plus a book of sheet music. Impress your friends. Just a comb and some tissue paper are all it takes to make music. Just send the coupon below with 5 cents securely attached to receive the required materials. Have the popularity you have dreamed about. Become a musical maestro in the making. Please allow 6 weeks for delivery. No guarantee of success. Okay.
It was the pocket watch I'd been given when I reached 5 years as an auditor. I didn't know whether it was to celebrate the fact or rub it in.
Oh, I thought maybe you would tell me the time, but okay. So Dead Nettle is where we are now. Causeway Beach is where we got dropped off. Let's go up here then. Into the swamps. Oh, there's a crocodile. No.
After
Are
what
you
felt
an
like
alligator?
miles, the eerie
Probably
darkness of the
alligator.
bayou gave way to the soft orange glow of a gas lamp. And beyond it, the last thing I expected to find in the heart of the swamp.
Spirit Queen. Ooh, an old boat.
Hand-painted lettering on the side of a paddle wheel revealed the Spirit Queen wasn't a person, it was a riverboat. Its hull sagged, the wood swollen and split from years in the swamp. Peeling paint curled like dead skin, and what remained of its once grand decks now tilted and crooked. It looked like a wedding cake that had been left to rot.
Ooh. This looks like arms. Bayou.
I considered climbing the water tower, but I couldn't imagine what I'd find at the top other than stagnant, moldy water. And there was plenty of that in the bayou already.
Fair. Whoa! Shrunken head!
As I took the shrunken head from the sign, it almost seemed to grin at me. Creepy.
Is he gonna start talking to us? Although shrunken heads, they have their eyes and mouth stitched together, don't they?
I jiggled the handle, but the door was locked.
Oh, he doesn't have anything stitched.
I may have been new to the bayou, but even I knew that plunging my hand into alligator-infested waters wasn't a good idea.
When we picked it up, it had eyes and stuff.
It was a shrunken head with wispy white hair and
sewn.
tightly shut eyes.
Do you think we can put this
The
in
fish
the
guts
water?
could definitely draw the alligator's attention, but not if they sank into the bayou.
Okay. Let's put it on the
Nope.
crane. No? Oh, really? Okay. Electrogator.
The alligator snapped at me like a sprung trap, giving me more than enough reason to stay well away from those teeth. If I wanted to get across the jetty, I needed to make sure the alligator wasn't on it.
Alrighty, maybe we can't do anything here yet then.
It was the Spirit Queen riverboat. Decks rotting, smokestacks toppling, and its hull sinking into the gator-infested bayou. The only way aboard was along the rickety jetty.
Doesn't seem like there's any other way to go, so let's go back to the island and go to Causeway Beach.
As I returned to the beach, I could see the causeway was now fully flooded over by the rising tide. I was trapped here until dawn.
Hey, there's a little girl here with a balloon. Why is it there a skull when you want to talk to people?
Hello? Little girl? You lost your mommy and daddy? It's late. There could be a lot of strange people around.
Yeah, I think I'm talking to one.
Maybe I should introduce myself. My name's Murphy McCallan. What's yours?
Mallory Wisp, angel on the outside, malevolent force of disparagement, derision, and disorder on the inside. At least, that's what Mrs. Huxley wrote in my school report. Hey, do you know what an enfant terrible is?
Do your parents know you're here?
Of course they do. This is my happy place. I come here when I need to cheer up.
What's got you down?
It's my birthday, and I didn't get the present I wanted.
Well, happy birthday. Is being out here helping?
A little. It's a nice place to plot my revenge.
This doesn't sound like an appropriate way for a little girl to spend her time.
Little girl? Little girl? What am I supposed to like? Posies and princesses? Tiaras and tea parties? Those are not my thing.
Yeah, very fair. You tell him, girl. How are you planning on getting revenge?
How are you planning on getting revenge?
I'm not sure. Currently, I'm at the plotting and ruminating stage of my plan.
What are you plotting and ruminating about?
How things would be different if I was in charge of the world. We had a school project last week. What we want to be when we grow up. Mildred wanted to be a baker. Bobby wanted to be a firefighter.
What did you want to be?
Ruler of
Queen
the
of
world?
the universe.
Yeah.
I guess no one can accuse you of lacking ambition. Do you think you could fix the world's problems and make the world a better place if you were in charge?
Oh, absolutely not. It would be far worse. My patience is worn so thin with all the idiots around me. I don't know if it would be wise for me to wield that much power. You to the dungeons! You to the torture room! It would be very cathartic for me, though.
What present did you want for your birthday?
A doll?
A doll?
What's wrong with wanting a doll?
Nothing. I just didn't expect it. It doesn't quite fit with your whole aura.
I'm still a little girl. I don't have to defy all your stereotypes. Instead, I get this stupid tin boat. I know Sebastian's got something to do with it, too. He was all over the tin boat when I showed him my toy catalog from Mulligan's.
Is he one of your friends?
Not in a million years. You can see right through him.
Literally? Can you see right through him? Literally? Is he a ghost?
Shouldn't you be heading home?
I'm in trouble at home. Mrs. Huxley held me back for detention yesterday. Again.
What did
What
you
did you do?
Yeah.
I convinced 3/4 of the class to sign over their eternal souls to me in exchange for some jelly beans. Third graders are remarkably easy to manipulate with a bag of candy and a little peer pressure.
Why did you do that?
You've got to speculate to accumulate.
Why did you want their souls? What use do you have for them?
Just making sure I'm prepared. And that's just step one.
I didn't dare ask what she was preparing for.
Well, I kind of feel like they have to blame themselves for losing their souls. I mean, they were trading their souls for jelly beans. At least have some higher standards.
Have you heard of the Spirit Queen?
Look, if Maury put you up to this, you can tell him that I have no intention of going anywhere near his big, boring boat again. And
Who's
anyway,
Maury?
those skulls looked better with a little lipstick on them. I even made some cowrie necklaces for them, but nope. If we have a skeletal uprising, they're just going to have to maraud without being dolled up. And they'll have to take it up with Maury.
Who's Moray?
Nope, not falling for it.
Do you like living on Devil's Rock?
This island is cut off from society, an isolated microcosm of the dark and macabre. If I'm honest, it fits me quite nicely. Lots of places to explore, too, when I'm not banned from them.
Where are you banned from?
where am I not? The captain's club wouldn't let me in after I declared a mutiny. The lady at the newspaper office kicked me out when I tried selling stories about a zombie uprising.
I like
the witch
this
doctor in the
kid.
bayou threatened to hex me if I didn't stop sneaking on board and borrowing his toys. And the gravedigger banned me from the cemetery when I played a teensy little practical joke.
What did you do?
I convinced him the stiff he'd buried was still alive. People are so antisocial around here.
You snuck on board the Spirit Queen?
I
You
like
got past
her.
the alligator?
Oh yeah, Mephistopheles is a big softie. I think he likes the smell of rotting fish in my hair. My dad works the trawlers. Our entire house stinks like the inside of a humpback
Oh
whale.
no, are we gonna have to rub it all over ourselves? Well,
If you're not happy with your tin
The
boat, could
chum.
I have it?
I'll tell you what. I'll trade you my boat for your soul. I'm just kidding. Your soul can't be worth diddly squat. But I would like a doll.
I better get going.
I wouldn't walk across the beach again if I were you. This beach is covered in quicksand. I can hop along the surface, but with your weight, you'll be sucked down like a noodle.
Oh no. Really? This beach has quicksand?
Nah, I'm just messing with you. Tourists.
yeah, I was like, really?
I didn't want to take the little girl's balloon from her. Her brooding face made it more than clear that it wouldn't be a good idea to get on her bad side.
Yeah, fair.
Despite the little girl's disparaging look at her tiny toy, I doubted she'd be okay with me commandeering it.
You want to head?
How would you like to trade your tin boat for this?
A doll?
At least the head of one.
Deal!
Oh, that was easy. Okay.
Oh, I'll hug him and kiss him and conquer the world with him.
Sure, maybe not kiss him, but okay.
Prepare to weigh anchor.
Maybe we can...
I packed the fish guts into the tin
Yeah.
boat. It was the smelliest little ship to sail the 7 seas.
But he didn't attack her though, because she smelled like fish. So if we put it on ourselves, wouldn't that also help? Bury the queen. Oh! Who are you? Hello, pretty lady.
Mr. McAllen,
Yes?
How do you know my name?
it's a work assignment that brings you to the island. Am I right?
She began staring at me with intense, hypnotic eyes. Disguised within her tailored outfit and tortoiseshell spectacles, she had the crazed
Tortoiseshell
look of someone
spectacles.
not entirely in touch with reality. That's right.
An auditing job.
Eyes that looked like she was reading my very thoughts. Yes?
And you're late. Days late.
I was beginning to panic. Ned had warned me about the supernatural on this island. Was this person standing in front of me equipped with psychic powers that could read my very thoughts? How do you know all this? Are you the witch doctor?
The witch doctor? No. It was written on this telegram that came in for you. It came through a few days ago now. Your boss isn't too happy by the looks of it. Bill Bolam, the taxi driver, telephoned and said I'd find you out here.
You're reading my telegrams?
I'm a newspaper reporter. It's one of the best ways to get a good story. Now, do you want it or not?
If you wouldn't
Yeah.
mind.
McAllen, you're late reporting in. I don't remember authorizing the reopening of a cold case, but you better make sure it pays off, or you'll be swapping desks back to the mailroom. Sid Sinclair Auditing Company.
Do you want to send a reply?
What was there to say? My only contact was going to be pushing up daisies by morning, and my one lead was the magazine I'd been carrying with me since heading out. Before I checked in with my boss, I needed some progress to report badly. You know, for now I'll just leave it.
Suit yourself.
Yeah.
Sounds like you're up to some fun on the island, Murphy. Be a sweetie and keep me updated so I have something to write about, won't you?
She didn't even wait for a reply before she started striding back through the bayou.
Bye.
She hadn't taken a single thing from me, and yet somehow, I still felt like I'd just been mugged.
Yeah. Okay. Let's put it out
Perhaps
in the
this would
bio.
attract the gator's attention. The hulking mass of scales and muscles lumbered to the edge of the jetty, and dangled its toothy jaws over the side, its nostrils flickering at each waft of fish guts.
Okay. I thought maybe he was gonna go all the way up, but I guess not. Can we use this to maybe swing across?
Ready? Aim.
Oh! Oh, poor Mistopheles!
With a splash that would be the envy of any cannonballing kid at a pool party, the irritable reptile disappeared into the murky bayou. I just hoped it didn't hold a grudge.
Oh, he's gonna hold a grudge. Find a way past Mistopheles. Poor Mistopheles! I thought you were gonna swing across, but nope. Oh, let's take the fish.
The taxidermied fish looked like it was barely hanging on to the rotting wooden frame. Deciding it would be better coming with me, I picked it up. And in doing so, tore a long hole in its previously stitched up seam. It was the taxidermied fish I'd taken from the riverboat, with a ripped seam opening up to the stuffing inside.
Okay. Let's go inside.
Spirits
Oh.
and specters from realms yet unknown, guide to me the wanderer who searches.
Is that
alone.
Maury?
Welcome, Murphy McCallan.
How do you know my name? Have you been reading my telegrams too?
I have no need for such trivial paperwork. I have eyes all over this island. Now it's time for me to see you for myself. Come, step into the light. I know a lot about you, Murphy. Unknown parents, a childhood spent in orphanages. I know things about you even you don't know.
How do you know all that?
My name is Dr. Moore.
Yeah, it's
I'm
Maury.
a conjurer, a shadow man, a controller of spirits that balance the line between life and death. And those spirits whisper to me. But for now, it's your time to talk, Murphy. Tell me why you've come to my humble abode.
I've been told you could help me.
That depends on what you seek.
I kept telling myself that the doctor's theatrics didn't convince me. That there must have been a logical reason why he knew what he did. But with how skittish the locals were, humoring him seemed like my only chance of learning more. I'm looking for the $13 million that went missing from the Belmore accounts. I'm an auditor in the company I work for.
Murphy, do you take me for a fool? I know what your mind sees when your eyes are closed. Tell me, Murphy, what do you dream of?
I dream about completing my work assignment. I dream about finding the lost treasure of Belmore
I dream about
Manor.
finding the lost treasure of Belmore Manor.
I see that spirit within you, hungering for more than an auditor's life. And I know you've dreamed about that treasure every night since you first read the story. Tell me I'm not right.
It's like the treasure is calling out for me to find it.
Many have sought the lost treasure of Belmore Manor. All have failed. Some, it is said, have perished in the process. Do you know what happened at Belmore Manor all those years ago?
The ghost story? I've read it, but I don't know how much of it is really true.
All of it. Dark magic runs throughout Belmore Manor. The house was built by the Belmore brothers, 3 merchants from England who made their fortune trading across the Caribbean. Xavier Belmore, an explorer. Yardley Belmore, an actor. And Cecil Belmore, a scientist.
Yeah, we
Their
read about
parents
them.
dead for many years. They each loved and cared for their young sister, Abigail.
Ooh, she's
Abigail met a young sailor who worked aboard her brother's ships, and in less than a year, he proposed. The engagement was a scandal. Despite having the pick of any eligible bachelor in high society, her hand and her share of the Belmore fortune was to go to a commoner.
Oh, what a scandal. She
Because
shows
of their
love.
unconditional love for their young sister, the Belmore brothers sanctioned the union. But people began to wonder if Abigail was being locked into marriage, whether by blackmail or black magic. The three proud brothers planned a grand wedding, but in the months leading up to it, one by one, each of the brothers was lost, presumed dead. And
Well,
yet
we
the
read
wedding
all
was
this in the
still
magazine.
to go ahead. And with Abigail set to inherit the entire Belmore fortune once she came of age, people began to wonder whether the sailor was not a perpetrator, but a pawn. On the morning of the wedding, Abigail summoned the sailor to her chambers. "I don't love you," Abigail declared. "I never loved you."
I don't believe that.
And before the guests gathered in the house, Abigail declared that she would marry another on that same evening. John Rackham, first officer of the Belmore Trading Company, would be her new groom. Except that didn't happen. That night, everyone in the house suddenly and mysteriously vanished. Perhaps it was the last revenge of the scorned sailor. In the house that night was a heart that would be broken, a victim who would be tricked, and a force that would unleash evil. But no one knows exactly who each was. If you want to find the treasure, Murphy, you'll have to find out.
I love the music. But also,
You're
my
telling
guy,
me that all of that actually happened?
we
And
basically
so
read
much more, Murphy.
all of that in the magazine.
Mysteries you have yet to uncover.
Dr. Morey's performance was gripping, but it seemed like something out of the vaudeville shows I'd snuck into as a teenager. Grifters peddling magic spells, fortune-telling, and miracle elixirs. At least that's what I tried to tell myself. And the treasure, is that real too?
It is as real as you are, Murphy. And someone went to a lot of trouble hiding it.
Can you help me find it?
I can. If you can prove your dedication to the search, I will need you to retrieve something from inside the house.
Okay.
A small leather pouch called a gree-gree still lies inside Abigail Belmore's bedroom. We will need it if I am to help you. This will get you inside.
A gree-gree, is that... I don't remember if that's a curse or protection. That's put... It's
You're
a
not gonna
bag,
pull a
isn't
rabbit out of
it?
your hat for your next
That's
trick, are
put
you?
you put
I
different
do not
things
do
in
tricks,
for...
Murphy McCallan.
Maybe it can be
You'll
both.
soon learn this. The Belmore estate lies at the end of the northeastern peninsula of Devil's Rock. Find that gree-gree and bring it back to me.
Ooh, all the way over there, damn.
I'll be here when you return. And Murphy, this ghost story? Now it's your story, too.
What is this green goo? Also, we read all that basically in the magazine. He didn't really tell us anything new. Okay, the key is for the manor. Let's go to the manor. Ooh.
Framed by trees and lit by moonlight, Belmore Manor stood imposingly in the still night air. Even without any lights on, it felt like something inside the house was calling me, or warning me.
Are there fish here as well?
From the outside, I couldn't spot any clues to the location of the Belmore treasure. From the outside, I considered wading into the pond, water up to my waist, squelching my way through the reeds and mud, past frogs, bugs, and water snakes. Then I realized I had absolutely no reason to do that.
Well, I didn't tell you to. I just told you to look at it, didn't I? Hang on. What's over here? Look at the gazebo.
From the patina of rust, it was clear the patio set hadn't been used in decades. Gazing up at the glowing moon, it reminded me of a poem I could recite by heart, even if I couldn't remember where I'd first heard it. From way up high, the moon can spy beyond where eyesight delves, but with some time, the maritime can see those sights themselves.
Okay. Path. Oh!
So much for good luck.
I didn't even see that. Get the horseshoe.
I picked up the horseshoe that had assaulted me. It was heavy, as the bump on my head attested. I was already where I needed to be, ready to go inside Belmore Manor.
No, yeah, this just goes to the... Okay. Go to the path. Ooh. Big-ass carriage, Will. What does it say? Molasses.
The wheel was too heavy to move. The barrel dangled from the rope like a piñata, but having this burst over my head would be the first step in getting tarred and feathered. The knot was tied so tightly I couldn't loosen it.
Yeah, we don't have anything to cut it. Fine.
The doors were firmly locked from the inside.
Okay.
The cow skull was out of reach, high up on the gable. Looking out over the tranquility of the gardens, its magnolias lit by moonlight, nothing could take my attention away from the macabre sight dangling from the oak tree. A hanged skeleton, its wedding suit little more than tattered rags clinging to bone, and its skull seemingly watching me with hollow, unblinking eyes. An eternal groom without a bride.
How do you know it's the groom? It could be just someone in a suit. They wore a lot of suits back then.
The stark trunk of the tree didn't offer any possibility of climbing it. The skeleton hung high up in the tree, swaying with each slight breeze. Even from down on the ground, I felt disturbingly close to it.
Yeah, I'm surprised it's still hanging though. 'Cause it's only bones left, which means that it should have gone apart, shouldn't it? 'Cause the vertebrae in the neck and spine are kept together by tissue and everything like that, right? So it should have gotten decapitated and fallen. Also, I see there's something in his hand that's glistening. Okay,
From the outside,
let's go in then. We looked around the whole area.
I needed the key to open it.
Yeah, oh, you have it.
With a deep breath, I placed the key into the lock of the house I'd been thinking about for weeks and turned it.
Ooh. Go in.
Hello?
There's
I don't know if I expected a reply, but with only an echo in response, it seemed like nobody was home.
For being abandoned for
I hope that was
33
just the
years,
wind.
it looks pretty damn clean. Oh?
An orb appeared seemingly from nowhere, glowing and shimmering with energy, simultaneously captivating and terrifying. It was like it had a presence, an aura that I couldn't explain. My first instinct was to look for smoke and mirrors, but this illusion was right before my very eyes, one that I could reach out and touch.
Reach out and touch me. Follow it! This is very Haunted Mansion-esque. throw it. Dude, you're just standing there. Go after it. I really had to go against my... I really wanted to, like, oh, I need to check everything here and here and here first. But yeah, it would destroy the pacing. So just go after it. Oh, these are the ones where you,
This was strange. I didn't remember seeing any lights on when I was outside the house.
Oh yeah, good point also. If it's been abandoned for 33 years, you ring the... you pull a rope in your room that's attached to these, and then they ring, and the servant knows where to go.
Walking into the room, I realized it must have been Abigail's bedroom. I was in the right place.
This must be
Somewhere in
candles,
this room
right?
was the Gree-Gree, and I needed to find it.
'Cause there wouldn't be electricity. Yeah, here's the cord. Yeah. Bed?
The sheets lay flat on the bed, undisturbed for more than 30 years. The Gree-Gree wasn't going to be there.
Yeah, but look how clean everything is. Oh, I see something shiny.
I tried to lift the ashpan grate, but decades without use had rusted it in place.
Get the poker.
I took the poker from the hook.
Get out.
I hope that was my imagination.
No, I heard it too.
I wedged the poker in the grate, and with all my might, pulled.
Is that the Gree-Gree?
I picked up the object that had been glinting in the fireplace and
Yeah,
discovered
I
it
was
was
like,
a jeweled
it doesn't
brooch.
look like Gree-Gree.
The portraits hung tight to the wall and didn't reveal anything hidden behind them. It was an ornate brooch that had tarnished with age. What should have been a sparkling gem was now grimy and dull. It was best to leave the vase where it was. The music box was locked with no visible keyhole, but a distinctive indent on the front looked like it might be the mechanism to open it, if I had the right key.
You mean like this?
The brooch fitted snugly into the indentation in
There's the
the music box.
Gree-Gree.
With a small click, the music box opened and revealed the contents it had held untouched for more than 30 years. The small leather bag was just as the witch doctor had described. It was hard to imagine what could be so important about it.
Oh,
You should not be here.
Wait, I can explain.
You don't belong here.
I don't mean any harm.
Get out. Get out.
oh, what?
With good fortune, the pond had broken my fall. It was a strange juxtaposition, wiggling goldfish out of my underwear as I tried to process the
That's a
fact that I'd
fucking
just been the
long
victim
fall.
of an attempted murder
And
by a
hard.
ghost bride. The stories were true, so that meant the treasure might be real as well. And now I had the Gree-Gree.
I
It
feel
was
like
time to return to the Spirit Queen.
you took that a little too nonchalantly with
Murphy,
it. You literally
fine.
saw a ghost.
I saw her. I saw the bride. She tried to kill me.
I told you it was true. Now, do you have the Gree-Gree?
Yes, I found it.
Good. Good. Now, do you believe what I've been telling you?
I'm starting to. Why did she try to kill me?
There are some spirits that, even in death, do not wish to give up what they amassed in life. The question is, are you strong enough to persuade them?
I would be
I
if
don't
they'd give me a
think
chance to ask them.
Her
Precisely.
being angry has
That
anything
will be
to
our
do
next
with money. She just does not seem like the type.
A manuscript for a voodoo spell? A spell to help me find the treasure?
A spell to reveal those who know where it is.
Need
There
a
are
lot of
many
stuff, it
things
looks
on
like.
this island that have gone unseen. Stories that have been left unheard, at least by mortals. But I commune with realms beyond. Let me introduce you to a friend. Out of the shadows, the cursed and the damned, return now, my servants, to do my command.
I have returned to you, Master.
Loa, this gentleman wishes to find the lost treasure of Belmore Manor. Tell him how this can be done.
Only inhabitants of the house know where the treasure lies. Their spirits still within its walls, trapped between life and death. To ask them, those spirits must be pulled back to the mortal realm.
And that is what our spell will do, Murphy. A summoning spell to unveil the ghost trapped within the house.
7 ingredients place inside, tie closed and then unseal. Within the focus what may hide, this spell will soon reveal.
Once you've collected all 7, we can summon the ghosts of Belmore Manor. Once we've summoned the ghosts, we can ask them exactly where the treasure was hidden. You have served me, Loa. Begone. That, Murphy, is your goal. Find the 7 ingredients named in the voodoo manuscript, place them in the gree-gree, and return to the Spirit Queen. Are you up to the task?
I think so.
Excellent. Then there's just
Feel like he's
one
evil.
thing left to do. The gree-gree that you carry is not yours. It was stolen from the spirits. And an artifact of voodoo will only work for its rightful owner. To be used, it cannot be stolen. It can only be bought, or traded, or inherited. Fortunately for you, the spirits and I are willing to make a trade for something symbolic of your spirit. The spirit that yearns to escape its humdrum life. If you want the gree-gree to be rightfully yours, what do you have to offer in exchange for it?
I don't know. Also, let me look at
It was a
this.
crumble.
So we need chalk, black feathers, gunpowder, silver coin, rum, bone fragments, and coffin nails. So bone fragments are outside of the
It was a
manor.
manuscript that looked It was a small leather pouch with a drawstring that I'd taken from the bride's bedroom. Gazing into the spirit pool, I thought I could see formless faces gazing back at me.
So, also, he's barefoot. Does this spirit work for him voluntarily, or is
Taking
it
some of
against
the
his
witch
will?
doctor's candles wasn't going to help me. I didn't need to talk to the witch doctor yet. I needed an item to trade for the gree-gree.
Okay, and we don't have that?
Would the spirits trade the gree-gree for this?
A valuable brooch indeed. But I seek something that represents you, Murphy.
Okay. The watch?
What about this?
A pocket watch. A symbol of the life that doesn't satisfy you. A symbol of lost time. Dare you give it up?
I think I can do without it.
Then cast it into the spirit pool.
Yeah, this is not gonna be good. This means he has a piece of us, and he probably gonna make us into ghosts or something.
The spirits have deemed it a satisfactory trade. The gree-gree and its powers are now rightfully yours to wield. You are ready now, Murphy. Head out to the island and retrieve the ingredients we need. Then I will show you the final step of the spell.
How am I going to find what I need?
Everything I've ever needed for my voodoo spells, I've found here. It's as though this island draws the supernatural to it. The bayou, the beach, the town, the manor, all will help you in your search. Tell me, Murphy, have you visited the mill to the north, the fort to the south, the church at the island's heart? The island will lead you to that which you seek. I have no doubt about that.
I do not trust him, not at all. Okay, that's a lot.
How are the ghosts trapped within Belmore Manor?
The explosion is what sealed their fate. They exist now only as spirits, the form they should take in
Explosion.
the spirit realm, and yet they remain here in the mortal realm. The ghosts are trapped in that house, unseen, unheard, and unable to interact with the world around them. This spell will change that.
How is the bride able to attack me when she's supposedly unseen and unheard?
Voodoo works best when attuned to emotion, and the strongest of those emotions can sometimes push beyond the known limits. She must have been very angry with you.
If I summon the
Yeah,
spirits
she
of the
didn't
house,
like us
won't
being
I
there.
also summon the bride again?
Very true, Murphy. Best be a little more persuasive this time.
What was the explosion that caused everyone to disappear?
It was a tearing in the very threshold between life and death, a chain reaction of spirit energy suddenly unleashed by the most violent of emotions. Just as the bride's anger allowed her to manifest in front of you this very evening, think of the rage that must have caused an entire household to explode and vanish.
Yeah, and the green glow. I feel like you had something to do with it, the green glow.
Who is the creature that you talked to?
That is my Loa, the Loa of the mysteries, the invisibles, the messengers.
Is it a ghost?
No, they are the intermediaries between humans and the supernatural. There are two planes of existence, Murphy, the mortal realm and the spirit realm. Loa can move between them both. With my powers, I can command them when they do.
How did you learn voodoo?
I have always been adept with the mystic arts. Just as you dream of treasure, Murphy, I dream of power. I came to
Of
Devil's
course you
Rock
do.
many years ago, drawn by its voodoo energy, and no sooner than I arrived, the spirit realm began to reveal itself to me, pleading for me to be its master.
I doubt that. I think you're just a power-hungry a-hole that's probably using everyone. You're evil.
Why is this island such a focus of voodoo energy?
I suspect the answer to that question already lies in what you're seeking.
What's this riverboat we're aboard?
This is the Spirit Queen. It used to be a pleasure boat, plying the rivers around the island, a den of drinking and gambling. That's how I came to own the boat. A lucky game of chance. But between you and me, Murphy, it's a lot easier to win when you have spirits to control the roll of the dice.
Yes,
Sounds
you're a
like you cheated.
cheater.
Fate was always gonna bring this boat to me. I just hurried it along.
Yeah, sure.
Do you keep an alligator as a pet?
That's right. My dear old Mephistopheles. Blind as a bat, but with the smell of a bloodhound.
Oh,
Good thing
he's
he's chained
blind.
up safely in the boiler room.
No, he isn't. He was out on the jetty when I was trying to get aboard.
Where is he now?
Swimming in the bayou.
Oh dear, not again.
Well, that doesn't sound good. And he's blind?
I'm
Oh,
going to go and find the voodoo
poor guy.
ingredients.
Hurry back.
I do not like that guy. He's obviously evil. Part 1, the summoning spell. That looks like a ghoul without teeth. Looks like it's just gumming it. Okay, can we use the poker to open this door?
The shack door was too sturdy for me to pry open.
Okay. Never mind then. Let's go all the way up there first. Baxter's Mill. Chicken coop.
Cluck, cluck, buck, 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 cluck. I tried to persuade the chicken to come outside, but clearly I was out of cluck. The wood was old and rotting. It wasn't going to be of any use. And who knew what critters might have made their homes inside the pile? The inside of the lumber mill smelled like sawdust and grease. Judging from the overgrown weeds, it clearly hadn't been used in a long time, and yet the lights remained on.
Hammer?
I picked up the auger from the tool shelf.
Auger? What's an okay. Grease, nice.
If I touched the grease with my bare hands, I'd be spending hours trying to wash it off.
Very true. I don't have anything to put it in though, so...
I looked over the machine, but I couldn't find a way to turn it on, if it even still worked.
Well, it goes up here, it seems. Really? None of them open?
The hatches were locked. From their shape, I deduced they were for storing lumber, and I wasn't in need of any 2x4s. The hatch doors had swelled closed. I wasn't getting through them.
Ah, come on. What if
That wasn't going to work.
Fine. Let's go up here then.
The electrical safety of the panel looked questionable. I wasn't going to touch it. I tried the door, but it was locked. I couldn't break my way through the door. It was peculiarly reinforced for a lumber mill.
Weird.
The saw blades were rusted, dull, and would surely have precipitated the need for a tetanus shot.
Oh, for sure. If they're rusty, yeah, rusty metal, that's tetanus, alright. Okay. Doesn't seem like there's anything I can do here yet.
Despite its obvious age, the water wheel was still turning. I couldn't get near it, and that was probably a good thing if I didn't want to get dragged under by the current.
Let's go to one of the other places then. Church. Ooh. Take me to church. I worship like a dog at the shrine of
The church door was locked.
Okay, can we break it open?
That didn't work.
Fine. What about... Hang on.
The church door was...
Yeah. What about this?
That wasn't going to work.
Just break in. Ooh.
I couldn't see any way to open the crypt door. Not a doorknob, not a keyhole. Whoever sealed this up intended to seal it up for good.
Well, that's usually how crypts work. You know?
I scanned the headstones for anything of note, but didn't know what I was searching for.
Okay, good. So I don't have to look at every single one. Okay. Oh, there's someone here. Oh, shooting star. Let's go talk to him. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah! God darn it! Don't sneak up on people like that!
Well,
You
we were
frighten the dying
standing over
daylights
there.
out of me.
He looked at me like he'd seen a ghost.
I feel like
Sorry,
you should have seen
You
us.
seem a little jumpy.
I thought you were that pesky little girl again.
Little
Oh,
girl? That doesn't seem like a reason to be scared.
She's a terror. One of these days, she's gonna give me a heart attack. Last week, she showed up with a doctor's note she'd forged, saying a man I'd buried that day was just a very
Oh,
deep
yeah, that's
sleeper.
that's
7 hours
right.
I was out here digging him back up, at my age.
And was he sleeping?
Dead as a dodo. Just like that little girl will be if I get my hands on her. Who are you, anyway?
My name's Murphy McCallan. I've just arrived on the island.
Well, welcome, Mr. Murphy. I'm Edgar Kettle. Gravedigger, undertaker, coffin maker, and anything else that needs doing to keep this cemetery running.
I'm looking for the treasure of Belmore Manor.
Oh, a treasure hunter. Well, let me tell you something, young man. Don't even think about digging up my graveyard. There's no treasure buried here.
No,
and
we're
I'm already
not.
busy enough filling in the holes that are supposed to be here.
Don't worry, we're not.
Do you know anything about the disappearance at Belmore Manor?
I think it's important to let the dead rest in peace.
But what if they're not in peace?
Well, you got me there. Listen, I think there's more to that story than meets the eye. You know the 3 brothers went missing, right? Well, if you ask me, I think Abigail Belmore was behind it. She was engaged to a sailor, but nobody like her would go for a commoner.
She might have loved him.
She
Yeah.
loved somebody with a big bank account, too. I think she must have been using him. Pretending
That's
to
not how
him
love
so he'd
works.
do her dirty work for her, bumping off her brothers. Then afterwards, she drops him and goes to marry the officer of the company. Fiendish.
Yeah,
Do
I
you have
think
any
that was
proof?
against her
It's
will.
just a feeling, that's all. But when you work with cadavers, you kinda get a sixth sense about things.
I think she did love the sailor and she really wanted to marry him, but then her brothers started to disappear and someone was behind it that wanted her to marry the other guy instead, so she was forced to marry them. Because I don't think she was... Seems like she actually loved the guy. And you could you could fall in love with someone with a big bank account instead. Yeah, you could, but that's not how that works. It's not like, oh, he has a big bank account, I have to fall in love with him. You can't force love.
What do you think was behind the disappearance?
Well, the sailor must have found out he was being manipulated, right? Done something to get his revenge.
What do you think he did?
Nobody knows. He could have been working his way through those bodies like a madman. All we know is that everyone in that house disappeared. Tell you the truth, quite relieved they did.
Why's that?
Because if they hadn't disappeared, it would have been this old fool who had to bury him. Saved me a lot of work.
Yeah, you were alive back then, huh?
Did you make this coffin?
I sure did. But this is no more than a pauper's coffin by anyone's standards. The finest the parish pension can buy. Lock them in lumber, leave them to slumber, that's what I say. This'll end up 5 feet under by the end of the night.
I thought it was supposed to be 6 feet.
You're not the one doing the digging. 5 feet means I get a tea break.
Fair.
Have you got any spare coffin nails?
No, I don't have any to spare. I've got a backlog of bodies begging for burial. But does the parish increase my funding? Nope. The roof's leaking, my table's broken. I've used floorboards to build some of the coffins. Take my advice. Don't go into this line of work. Undertaking is a dying business.
Backlog? How many people are dying on this island?
Do you think I could fit inside the coffin?
Probably not. The gentleman inside might make it a bit of a squeeze.
You mean there's a dead guy inside there?
There better
Well,
be.
it is a
I can't
coffin.
afford to be burying empty coffins.
Yeah.
Was the little girl named Mallory Wisp by any chance?
That's her. The peril in a pinafore. She got the whole town thinking I was burying people prematurely. I walked past the school the other day, and they'd made up a jump rope chant about me.
Oh no. Oh, the worst insult back in the day, I guess.
What was the chant the school children made up about you?
Edgar, Edgar, crazy feller, just be careful he don't get you. How many bodies did he strive to bury while they're still alive?
1, 2, 3, 4.
I wasn't looking for audience participation.
Sorry, I got carried away. Just like you with the burying. Have you ever accidentally buried someone who was still alive?
Has someone been making accusations again?
No, just making conversation.
Well, not that I know of. When you think about it, how would I know?
Shouts for help, desperate shaking of the coffin.
Look, I haven't sealed anyone up who was chatting with me, let's put it that way.
Yeah, but
I
back
usually
in...
check for signs of life, but everyone takes shortcuts sometimes, don't they? I deserve some rest in peace, too.
Yeah, but back in the day, you used to put a string or rope around their arm or their hand that went up to a bell so that you could see if they were actually buried
Knock, knock.
alive.
Who's there?
They would ring the
Hopefully
bell.
not the guy in the coffin.
Not funny.
I best be running along.
Don't drop dead. I don't want anything else on my to-do list.
The tin was full of nothing but holes.
Okay, can we take it?
I didn't need to warm my hands on the stove. It was already a humid night, and the fire was more useful at keeping bugs away from the shack than keeping anyone toasty.
Oh, yeah. Wait, we just took it and he didn't say anything? Yeah, okay. Oh no, that's gonna collapse the whole thing, isn't it? Well,
A mischievous idea began to form in my mind. Hey, I think the guy inside here might still be alive.
And why would you think something like that?
The coffin was just shaking around. Maybe you should open it up.
Well, I didn't see it move.
The gravedigger had me in a conundrum. I could hardly start shaking it right in front of his eyes.
And unless the body inside starts jiggling around, I'm not opening up that coffin.
well, you could put your foot underneath there and do it. Guess you want to
That
put
wasn't
this
going
under?
to work.
Really? But then you can step on it and it... Huh. Are you sure?
That wasn't going to work.
Mm.
I didn't need to blow on that. I didn't need to... Nope.
Yeah, I thought maybe, first of all, you could just put your foot underneath there and wiggle it. Second of all, if you put the bellows underneath there, it would move.
I scanned the headstones for anything of note, but didn't know what I was searching for.
Yeah, I don't think I can do anything else here then. Okay, let's go back
Hurry up with the
Oh,
barrels, Morris. We gotta get these unloaded before anyone sees us.
Are you sure this is a good idea, Musket? I don't think we should be using a church as our hiding place.
You're not being paid to think, Morris. You carry those barrels in here and let me worry about the theological implications. This place has been abandoned for decades. There's nobody around.
Nobody living, maybe. What if there's ghosts, boss?
Darn it, Morris. If brains was dynamite, you wouldn't have enough to blow your nose.
that
Get
voice
unloaded.
reminds me
Keep
of
an eye out
some...
for anyone snooping around.
What if someone catches us?
If anyone asks, we're the new clergy. We tell them these barrels are full of communion wine.
I thought we was rum runners, not wine runners, boss.
Communion rum, then.
Ah, gotcha.
Remember, St. Juniper's Church is a place to get closer to God. And if anyone questions our alibi, we make sure that happens.
The pair of rum runners looked like the human personifications of the dish and the spoon from Hey Diddle Diddle. The gangly spoon bossing around the rotund dish as it carried barrels effortlessly from the jalopy and into the church. As it turned out, nursery rhyme characters become a lot more intimidating once they have revolvers.
That guy reminds me that his voice reminded me of something. Also, we went to the cemetery. Could we not go all the way out to the fort? Huh. Yeah, his voice reminded me of an animation character, probably from the 90s as well, or early 2000.
The jalopy door was locked.
2000s.
How ironic that the rum runners would take care not to be the target of criminality.
Okay.
The barrels were far too heavy for me to lift, though that gorilla of a rum runner had been picking them up like they were cotton balls. Using the auger, I drilled a small hole in the barrel, and out poured rum.
Okay, so what do we do now? What do we do with a broken sailor? What do we do with a broken sailor? What do we do with a broken sailor early in the morning?
Nope.
Yeah, what do I do?
Nope.
The
barrels were far too heavy for me to lift, though that gorilla of a rum runner had been picking them up like they were cotton balls. Wandering happily into the hideout of a pair of mobsters wasn't going to be a smart move.
Are you sure about that?
I could see the shadows of the rum runners moving around inside the church, but I didn't want to get too close in case they saw me too.
Okay, so nothing really else to do here. But could I not go to the fort?
The church had a good view of the fort from this part of the island. The church had a...
Yeah, so can I not go there? Oh.
Musket, one of the barrels has sprung a leak.
How many times are you gonna bother me? Put a cork in it, will ya?
Oh yeah, that'll work.
Literally put a cork in it. Okay.
I
You
couldn't
don't
see any way to open the
say-
crypt door. Not a doorknob, not a
Yeah,
keyhole.
just
Whoever
wanted
sealed
to-
this up intended to seal it up for good.
Yeah, I wanted to kind of have a closer look at that, but I guess not.
The barrels were far too heavy for me to lift.
Yeah, but I
though
want
that
the
gorilla
cork.
of a rum runner had been picking them up like they were cotton balls.
I want the cork, you idiot. Give me the cork. Wait, did you not take the cork?
The barrels were far too heavy for me to lift, though that gorilla of a rum runner had been picking them up like they were cotton balls.
Yes, he just puts a cork in it again. And we didn't even get the cork. Okay.
Here, kitty, kitty. Psst, 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 psst. It was no use. That cat was clearly more entranced by shiny things than the stranger outside the gate.
Oh, kitty kitty.
The coat of arms depicted 4 lions surrounding a central flower, topped by a medieval tower.
What if we... Look! Fish!
The fish had been dead for years, was primarily comprised of stuffing, and smelled faintly of formaldehyde. The cat wasn't going to be interested in it in the slightest.
Yeah.
I thought the brooch might have been able to reflect some of the light from the lantern if it hadn't been so grimy.
Okay. Can you
I couldn't
clean
do
it
that.
with the cotton? No? Okay.
Nope.
Giddy.
I could have tried squeezing my arms through the bars, but I already knew the barrel was too far away to reach.
Blow on him?
The cat wasn't going to be interested in that.
Well, he would have if you blew on him. Okay, so what do we do now? Can we try and go back to Belmore?
I went to open the door into Belmore Manor, but the key was gone. I was sure I'd left it in the lock.
Okay, so we can't get back in.
From the ground, I didn't have a clear view through the balcony doors, but that didn't stop me from knowing the dark magic that went on beyond that broken glass.
Huh. Okay.
I didn't want to make a hole in that.
Okay.
I couldn't do that. I needed to think of something else. That wasn't going to work.
It would. If you put it in, it could easily pry open. I mean, come on now.
That didn't work.
What if we throw this?
I needed to think of something else.
Okay. Blow on
I
him.
didn't need to blow on that.
You sure? Okay. What to do, what to do, what to do. Oh! Bottle!
As I picked up the bottle, I anticipated what could be inside. A brine-stained treasure map, perhaps, or a scribbled plea from a castaway desperately awaiting rescue. Looking inside, I found it was empty. The only writing on it was the embossed glass letters of the Orangello Soda Company.
Well, now we have a bottle for the rum or whatever it is. This one.
I filled the bottle with rum pouring from the barrel. Relief washed over me at the realization that I'd done it without getting caught by the two rum runners.
Uh-oh.
Hey, Musket! There's someone out here!
Or so I thought.
Hey,
Oopsie
fella, what do you
poopsie.
think you're doing snooping around here? This is our church, you know, and it's closed.
I'm just here to do some praying. Mainly praying that I get out of this situation without a puncture wound.
He's being a wise guy, Musket.
Time to fill him full of lead.
Don't do
But
that,
boss,
please.
It's bad luck to bump someone off in a churchyard.
Now, where'd you hear a nonsensical thing like that?
I thought churches was hallowed ground, where sin and immorality would face supernatural punishment in this world or the next.
Where do you get this stuff from? I told you, I do the thinking in this partnership.
Well, I'm out of there. Okay. So now we have some liquor. What do we do with that? Oh, yes. Something new. Oh,
my
hello,
second
little
customer
old
of the
man.
night. I don't know if I can handle such a rush. Welcome, young man, to Doubloon's Jewelry. Oh, the riches to fill your breeches. Jewels, silver, gold.
Ooh,
the
free
finest things
polishing.
for you to behold. Whom do I have the pleasure of
We
meeting?
need to buy
My
something,
name's Murphy
though.
McCallan.
Oh, a pleasure to meet you. My name's Jasper Crumb, owner and proprietor. Are you looking for something valuable while you're here on the island?
Funnily enough, I am.
Is there a special someone in your life? Looking for an apology gift, perhaps? I've sold more missed anniversary necklaces and drunken fumble earrings than I can count.
No, I don't need anything like that.
Then how about something for yourself? You look like a working man. Could I interest you in a pocket watch?
Actually, I had one up until about an hour ago. Traded it to a glowing green guy for a magic pouch. As the words left my lips, I realized I sounded like a character from Jack and the Beanstalk.
Pardon me?
I'm just here to browse.
Browse away, young man. I'll be here if you need me.
Free polishing. But we need to buy something.
I didn't need the poster. Excuse me, would you be able to polish a brooch for me?
Let me take a look. Oh, well, 18-karat yellow gold, filigree wirework in a handcrafted floral motif, and round, brilliant cut ruby. If I'm not mistaken, made to fit a music box?
That's right.
How do
Did
you know
that?
I know my own handiwork anywhere. Now, how did you get a hold of it?
Oh, just a gift.
What a generous gift indeed. Well, we do offer free polishings on all items purchased here, so I'd be very happy to shine her up for you. Please, bear with me for a moment.
Oh, so because it's purchased here, we don't have to buy anything?
There was no reason to use the microscope without something to magnify.
Yeah, thanks.
There was no way I could carry a fishbowl full of water and a live goldfish around with me. Nope. Robbing a jewelry store really wasn't my style. It was an ornate display cabinet. It was an ornate display cabinet. It was an ornate display cabinet.
Great.
It was a gold leaf-covered carving of what looked like a goose. The store's cash register sat on the counter. I wondered how long it had been since it was last used. I
Get him
didn't
drunk.
need to pour.
Get the fish drunk! Okay, also let me look at this again. Rum. Okay, so we have rum. Rum da dum
It was
dum
a bottle
dum.
filled with rum. It was a man. I didn't need to pour.
Okay. I just wanted to see if you wanted me to, like, put it in there, but do we
I
put
poured
it?
the rum into the gree-gree.
Yeah, okay, there we go.
The neck of the bottle was far too narrow for the pudgy little goldfish to swim through.
Okay.
Nope.
Are you done soon, my guy?
There we go, shining like a firefly's rear end. I'm afraid the
Ooh.
clasp on the back has broken off. You weren't planning on wearing it soon, were you?
I wasn't planning on wearing it at all.
There's no shame in indulging yourself every once in a while. Lord knows I can appreciate the comfort and empowerment a pair of hosiery can bring. Anyway, we don't have any
Hosiery, you say?
in stock, but I can put it in order. In the meantime, here's a button magnet that should hold it in place, as long as you're not too vigorous with it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Also, I like that we just poured it in, so now we have the bottle again.
Good evening.
How's
How's business tonight?
You're not a millionaire with an enraged fiancé, are you?
I'm not. No.
I didn't think so. Then business tonight is about as lively as a snail drinking decaf. The only other customer I had in here tonight was more interested in the provenance of fossils than the shiny stuff. Booked a private viewing, and then didn't buy anything. Can you believe it? The first time in weeks this shop gets a private viewing, and all they're interested in is bones.
You sell fossils, too?
I sell all the treasures of the earth. If it's under the ground and I can sell it, I'm interested.
I hear Burke and Hare had the same philosophy. What are you selling?
We specialize in jewelry and precious stones. Rings, necklaces, earrings, and brooches in this cabinet to my left. Gems, geodes, and fossils in this cabinet to my right. You'd be surprised at how much of an impact some stones can make. My family can tell you that. We also offer a free polishing service on all purchases from the shop. Just bring it in and we'll shine it up for you. Our little thank you to our loyal customers.
How do you know what jewelry was purchased here?
I handcraft everything this shop sells. I have an encyclopedic knowledge of our wares, Mr. McAllen, going back decades.
What's the most valuable thing in here?
I suppose that depends on how you value things, doesn't it?
In dollars and cents?
Yes, I used to value things that way. But a lack of business has a way of making you more philosophical about these things. Now I'd say the most valuable thing here is Granny.
Granny? Your grandmother is in here?
That's right. In the fishbowl. Granny is my goldfish.
You named your goldfish Granny?
Yes.
Yeah,
It
why
was
not?
the most wondrous thing. The same day my grandmother Bethesda died, I was out at the local fun fair, and I won this goldfish on the ring toss. When we got home, every time we mentioned Bethesda, that little fish jumped out of the water and back on in. We think Granny's passed on into that fish. What do you think?
How
I mean this with
old
no
is that
disrespect, but
fish?
I think that's the craziest thing I've come across tonight, and I had a ghost bride trying to kill me.
We all have our quirks.
But don't goldfish only live for a few years? If she was your grandmother, she must have died sometime around the middle of the last century.
Oh, yes, that's right. Each time the goldfish dies, Granny's spirit hops into a new fish. We must be on Granny number 44 by now.
I'm looking for lost treasure.
I'd say you found it. Everything inside these four walls is a treasure, handmade to the finest quality.
I mean a specific treasure. The lost treasure of Belmore Manor.
Well, if you find it, bring it in here for an appraisal. I'll give you a good price for it. But that's a pretty big if, isn't it?
What do you know about Belmore Manor?
Oh, it's a tragedy what went on there. But I know what I think. Black magic.
Black magic?
That's right. While some of us make an honest living around these parts, there are others who are lured in by the darker depths of the sea.
Who do you think that was?
Well, it's simple, isn't it? Abigail used to stop by here all the time, taking a gander at the rings and the necklaces. She was a lovely young girl who always saw the best in people. And Mr. Rackham, he was a model for how to run a good business. Honest and decisive. Now, that only leaves one person, doesn't it?
The sailor?
Exactly. I'd heard rumors about black magic going on inside Belmore Manor. I think he was casting his spell on Abigail, making her fall in love with him. Why else would someone as rich as her want to marry someone like him? He certainly couldn't afford the rings and necklaces that caught her
Jesus,
eye.
have any of these
come the
people
night
heard of
the wedding,
love?
She wised up. That's why she decided to marry Mr. Rackham after all, a much more responsible choice for the company.
All these people acting as if love is
What's the
nothing.
carving on the front of your counter?
That is the genuine stern carving of the Golden Goose, the famous brigantine. I could trace my family's history on the island back hundreds of years, right back to the ship's owner, Captain Bartholomew Crumb. You've heard of him, I expect.
Captain Crumb, the vicious pirate? I read about him as a child.
One of the most successful in the Caribbean. That is, until, as the story goes, he got pursued by a ghost ship.
A ghost ship? Surely that can't be more than a legend.
Then how do you explain this? Without a single shot fired, every sailor aboard his ship fell down dead, victims of an evil pirate who wielded a black stone. Captain Crumb was the sole survivor. He escaped undetected in a rowboat, and after days at sea, made it to this very island. After that, he never went to sea again. Instead, he set up this shop with the one chest of jewels he'd managed to carry away. Some of the gems you see around here still date back to that final hoard.
A black stone killed the crew?
Well, so the story goes. I suppose it explains my family's obsession. Not just the gold and jewels that tempt us, but the wicked stones that threaten us.
Learn about pirates.
Why did Captain Crumb come to Devil's Rock to set up his store?
This was his home port. Devil's Rock used to be quite the lawless island. Legend goes he used to hide his treasure along the southeastern coastline. The island is dotted with caves. Plenty of places to hide the loot.
Yeah, that is
I think
true.
I'll just look around for now.
I'm here if you need me.
Caves is a very good place to hide loot. Okay, is there anything else to do here? I don't think so.
What a nice young man. Isn't he, Granny? I couldn't have put it better myself.
Okay. Is there anything else new here? I wonder if there's anything else open or anything. Yes. Hello.
Good evening. He looked past me like I was invisible, as though if he ignored me hard enough, there was a chance I'd disappear. I said good evening?
I'm sorry. I didn't realize you were talking to me.
There's no one else here.
Wishful thinking on my part. Have you taken a wrong turn, sir?
I'm just having a look around.
Well, make it a quick one, and I shall need to know your name.
Murphy McAllen, and who do I have the pleasure of speaking to?
My name is Felix Greer, maitre d', bartender, and acting manager of the Captain's Club. When Mr. Perkins has the night off.
What is this place?
This, sir, is the Captain's Club, a private members club for current and retired sea and riverboat captains. We are highly exclusive. Are you a captain?
He asked with a smugness that told me he already knew the answer.
I thought not. Then may I recommend a swift exit? You'll find a convenient egress to your starboard side. If you like, I can give you a good swift kick in the right direction, sir. And don't feel a need to stop walking until your ankles get soggy.
What?
I'm
A-hole
looking for the lost
much?
treasure of Belmore Manor.
Oh, goody! Another young adventurer seeking fame, fortune, or some combination of the two. Just the local color Dead Nettle has been lacking.
What do you know about the lost treasure?
Do you think you're living in a storybook? Weathered maps, talking parrots, X marks the spot? Grow up, you silly boy. Captaincy is a noble skill that doesn't need to be trivialized with childish tales of lost treasure.
You must have some thoughts on the disappearance.
On moonlit nights, when the waves crash against the rocks, the captains of this club trade yarns about this very mystery. Did you know Abigail Belmore's fiancé was a sailor who worked on the ships?
Yep.
Some of the old boys here even worked with him. They say he loved her, as true as a captain loves the sea. But she was a temptress, a siren. She scuttled that sailor's heart, consumed by a voodoo premonition that she had to fulfill. More beautiful than a mermaid, and twice as fishy.
What did she do?
After months of engagement, she broke it off and chose to marry an officer of the company instead, on their very wedding day.
Why did she do that?
The rumors I've heard are that they discovered something in the Caribbean. Something wicked. Something that consumed them and drove them to heinous acts. The Belmore
Something
brothers
wicked
swore their
this
crew
way
to secrecy,
comes.
and the men were loyal to their word. But the rot in the rope was that sister, Abigail. People say that whatever they discovered took hold of her. With the sailor's broken heart and the officer's resources, she was about to unleash something terrible. Until the disappearance halted her evil plans.
Do you think that's true?
Of course not. It's all nonsense. But the captains do love to outperform each other with such tales on a dull evening.
What makes you think I'm not a captain?
For one thing, you lack the grizzle, the crustiness, the essential R of a captain.
How do I get those?
Years of exposure to saltwater and a sullen, uncooperative crew, I should think. Do you even have a boat?
Actually, I did have one earlier this evening, but an alligator fell on it. Admittedly, it was only 3 inches long.
It isn't the size that matters, sir. It's the motion of the ocean. Tell me, have you ever captained a three-rigger through a tropical typhoon? Have you ever run the rapids of the Mississippi without hitting a single reef? Wind in your sails, fire in your furnace, waves beneath your keel?
Have you?
Well, it's a little complicated.
In what way?
I get seasick.
Is there any way to prove I'm a captain?
You might show me your captain's license. As I'm sure you know, the state of Louisiana requires all captains of both river and sea to carry one. But don't try to foist off a fake on me. Last week, we had someone present a license with a photograph distinctly unlike their contemporary appearance. The photograph was clearly of someone a good deal older than them, with more facial hair, and most importantly, one less eye.
You know, I quite like being out at sea.
Oh, really, sir?
Bobbing along the ocean waves, up and down, like one of those roller coasters at Lunaland. Up and down and up and down.
If sir would please be quiet. Else I expect there'll be a few waves of something coming out of my mouth any moment.
That's what we're hoping for.
Is the club busy tonight?
Well, we haven't opened yet, but if it's like last week, it'll be quite the lively soiree. I could barely keep up.
The members here like to have a good time?
That's right, sir. Both of them. This town sure isn't what it used to be.
There's 2?
What's happened to Dead Nettle?
Do you think you've wandered into the Tourist Information Center? I can assure you, you'll never meet a tourism official who dresses with this much panache. Stuart LePew, head of the Devil's Rock Historical Society, looks like a thrift store had a crisis of conscience and threw up on him.
I was just hoping to talk to someone so obviously knowledgeable about the area.
Well, yes, that is true. I am plagued with an encyclopedic knowledge of the locality. My concierge duties require it. I have a spiel.
Felix pushed out his chest like this was his moment in the limelight, his eyelids half closing as he performed before imagined crowds.
Welcome, hardy traveler, to our quaint port town of Dead Nettle. Once this town you see around you was a hub of commerce, a beacon for ships bravely navigating between America, Europe, and the Caribbean. With the unfortunate dissolution of the Belmore Trading Company, our town has settled into a quieter life, perfect for the sailor ready to hang up their cap. We hope that you enjoy your time in our cozy town and perhaps explore some of the local sites here in Dead Nettle.
Looks like there's a
excuse
bird
me?
missing.
I was expecting applause.
I best be casting off.
Don't feel the need to rush back, sir.
Me.
There was nothing in the fountain except a rim of moss and dirt that made it look like a stained toilet.
Ooh. Do you want the water?
I filled the bottle with water from the fountain.
Okay. We did something at least. We can do this obviously. I'm just seeing if there's anything else we can do here before moving on.
You can't go up there. It's for members only.
Okay. That's elevator.
Members only.
Members only. Me. Oh, it's open here as well.
Murphy McCallan, so you're still
Oh,
here.
it's her.
What have you been up to? Anything newsworthy?
That's none of your business. Don't think I've forgotten your trick with the telegram.
Hey, it's nothing personal. Your business is my business, and my business is news. I'm Evelyn Stoker, editor of the Juniper Parish Gazette. No misdeed left unshared, no drama left unmonetized. Come on, work with me here, McCallan. I need something juicy. Committed any crimes? Uncovered any affairs? Any deep, personal secrets to reveal?
The honest-to-God truth? No.
I need a good story. I can't let something minor like the truth stand in the way of that.
Okay.
I didn't want to get ink all over me trying to carry the canister around.
Ink, you say?
Nope. I picked up the scissors. With her stunt at the bayou, I figured she owed me one. I picked up the twine. Maybe she owed me two.
Don't even think about it. The spring on that printing press looks like it's going to blow at any moment.
Alright.
Hey, you can't come back here.
Sorry.
Excuse you then. Let's talk to her
Yes?
then.
Hi. What are you working on?
One of the most romantic articles this newspaper's ever seen. Francois Fogg, Dead Nettle's local pharmacist, is reuniting with his long-lost love after 14 years apart, thanks to this newspaper's personal ads column.
What a lovely story.
That's right. She mailed in a letter she wanted printed. Her former sweetheart saw it, and now they're on track to see each other again. Eventually.
Eventually?
Well, that's a bit of an administrative issue. In the letter we received, she told him to meet her in her Texas hometown of Magnolia. Due to a tiny typesetting error, he's now on a 6-week voyage to Mongolia. But doesn't it warm your heart how far people will go for love?
Oh, that's a very long travel in these days. I mean, dang, girl.
Don't you have more interesting stories to write about?
The crackpots this island calls a population wouldn't know something interesting if they paid for it. Which they hardly do. Believe me, I've tried to get juicier stories. Scouring the island,
flies.
doorstop interviews, hiding under windows.
You eavesdrop on people through their windows?
It's called investigative reporting.
No, it's called
I'm
spying.
doing some research on the treasure of Belmore Manor.
Have you found it?
Well, no, not yet. I've just started looking.
Then don't waste my time. Come back when you've got the goods.
Got the goods.
You might not believe this, but I saw a ghost inside Belmore Manor.
You know what? You're right, McCallan. I don't believe it. Really? You've been on this island how long? And you're already starting to sound as loopy as a local.
Well, we saw
Have
it.
you ever written an article on the disappearance at Belmore Manor?
What a waste of column inches. Leave it. That's my advice. There's no story in it.
No story.
Not one that anyone would believe. And I've got advertisers breathing down my neck.
What do you think went on?
Practically everyone on this island thinks there was some kind of sorcery involved. No one is looking at the reality. If I write up my research, no one on the island will believe me. If I write their wackadoodle theories, I'll be laughed out of the industry.
Well, there are ghosts there, so there is supernatural stuff going
You
on.
can tell me what you've uncovered about Belmore Manor. Trust me, at this point, few things would surprise me.
I heard the Belmore Trading Company was losing revenue. Its profits eaten up by who knows what ventures those brothers had going on. I've seen the records. The company was privately owned, sure, but when you've got pressure building and the sharks are circling, you've got to shore up your defenses. I think that's why the Belmores persuaded Abigail to marry John Rackham.
Marry someone she didn't love?
But he didn't love her either. He was just after the company, so he hires the sailor to seduce her, convince her there's more to life than Devil's Rock. And as soon as she marries Rackham, they split, never to see each other again. He inherits the lot, and she disappears with her lover boy sailor to who knows where.
But why do you think all the guests disappeared?
Well,
They bumped
she's
them off to cover
dead,
their tracks.
though, so...
Either one of them could have been sunning it up in Sarasota ever since. But imagine me writing that into a piece of serious journalism.
Is he dead?
You know Comptroller Grimes?
How could I forget him? The guy was a walking, talking migraine generator.
Surely you shouldn't speak of the dead like that.
Why not? I spoke plenty worse about him when he was alive. Anyway, I'm sure everything happens for a reason. And hopefully that reason is to increase my circulation numbers. Everything's connected, you know. Have you ever heard of the butterfly effect? I suspect it
Yes.
works for moths, too, because I can never get the damn things out of here. Some people say that if a man breaks wind in Alabama, it can cause a hurricane in Fiji.
I think I shared a train car with that guy on my way here.
Yeah.
What's in those filing cabinets?
Past issues of the paper, going all the way back to 1858. Of course, things were a lot more interesting when Dead Nettle was thriving. People, ships, and cargo coming and going. Lots to report on back then. More than the dregs I have to dress up now.
Why did the ships stop coming to Dead Nettle?
The Belmore Trading Company was the heartbeat of this island. After the disappearance, there was no one left to run the company, and it all got sold off. When that folded, so did pretty much everything else.
Yeah, and since they lived here, obviously, it was trading company went from here to other places and back again. But when they disappeared, obviously no one's gonna move here just to have a trading company here on this small island.
Do you have any back issues featuring the Belmore Manor wedding?
We don't, I'm afraid. Most of the paper's directors were at the wedding, and disappeared along with everyone else. The newspaper had to close up shop for months while it was restaffed. This was back when the Gazette wasn't run by just one person.
I think I better be going.
Keep your eyes peeled for a story, McAllen. There are secrets on the island, and it's my job to run advertisements next to them.
The twine would be more useful to me intact.
Okay. Can we maybe use the twine on the table leg at the gravedigger? Perhaps.
The stories about Belmore Manor are true. I saw the ghost bride
nice.
inside the house.
Blast it, Murphy. Don't say I didn't warn you. This island has had its fair share of the macabre. The best way to deal with it is to leave well enough alone. Why are you searching for that treasure anyway?
Well, it's my job. The state's claim on that money runs out at 8 a.m., and I'm supposed to find it.
You seem pretty passionate about something that's just for work. What are the odds you draw an assignment like that?
Well, I might have made my own luck there. They wouldn't normally authorize an investigation so close to the statute of limitations running out, especially on a 30-year-old cold case. But thrust a stack of forms in front of the boss 5 minutes before clocking off on a Friday afternoon, and he doesn't care what he's signing.
Well, let's just hope he wasn't signing your death warrant.
Most of my investigations don't amount to more than counting paper clips in a municipal building or going cross-eyed over receipt rolls in a courthouse. When I found that old case folder tucked behind the filing cabinet, its only lead, a water-stained magazine, talking about a real-life haunted house, how could I pass it up? You didn't tell me the Spirit Queen was a riverboat.
Oh, sure. That thing's been moored up in the bayou with her keel kissing the mud for years. Which doctor lives aboard her now? Claims to sell all manner of hoodoo and voodoo. But to believe that, you need to be dumber than the bachelor in New Orleans, throwing beads at the Sisters of Mercy.
I spoke with Dr. Moray. He thinks we can make contact with the ghosts.
Moray is a charlatan and a fool. Only got into hoodoo and voodoo a few years ago. Before that, he was an actor over at the Calliope Theater, and not a very good one. He's the only person I know who directed and starred in a one-person production of The Pirates of Penzance. And that's because all the rest of the cast dropped out rather than work with him. He's always been searching for respect and recognition. Who would have known he found it by living in the swamp and reeking of incense?
Don't you believe in voodoo?
I certainly do. I just don't think Moray's got any more control of it than the rooster has control of the sunrise. His understanding of voodoo amounts to whatever he's gleaned from one of those horror pictures Ventura Studios puts out at the movie palace.
Talk with
My mama
spirit
used to know all
guides.
about it. God rest her soul. Voodoo isn't some made-up Hollywood magic, Mac. Voodoo's a real religion. It's about community, about belonging, and about searching for something more than flesh and blood. It's not the snake oil he peddles.
Well, isn't voodoo the act of dark magic or magic, and hoodoo is the religion, isn't it? That's what I've
What do
heard
you
at
think
least.
happened at Belmore Manor?
Now, there's a tale I don't like to tell.
Can I persuade you to tell it anyway?
I have a feeling I ain't gonna get any rest until I do. You know about Miss Belmore, the bride, engaged to the sailor? Now, the way I hear, Mr. Rackham was over the moon with her. Such an upstanding fellow. I won't have a bad word said against him. Now, he realized that the sailor was going through terrible lengths to ensnare his bride, and Mr. Rackham tried to save her. I heard that the sailor caught on to this and tricked Rackham into giving the lady a gift. That's what made everything go topsy-turvy.
What was the gift?
There are places in the Caribbean that trade things more elusive than gold. Ungodly things.
Do you think the disappearance was caused by voodoo?
And that's what my mama used to say. If you're not careful, that stuff can go to your head.
Why is everyone so against that poor sailor? Investigate the Belmore story. Echoes from the
No
past.
luck fishing?
Not a bite, Mac. The Pencosa fish just ain't snapping for me today. Shame, too, because I'm planning on firing up my grill later. And the tastiest catch in these waters.
How do you catch a Pencosa fish?
With hours of patience and decades of practice. You ever wrestled the rod before?
Just the once. I went fishing on Lake Erie, but the only thing I caught was a cold. What do you do with the fish you catch?
A couple I save for myself, and the rest I sell to the captain's club. They fancy them up with lemon lobsters, slawfish, something or other. But everyone knows the best way to cook them is to grill them.
Why won't you hear a word against Mr. Rackham?
He gave me my first work on this island, right here on these docks. And I'm still here to this day. He may have worn a scowl, but you don't judge a banana by its peel with people like him, Mac. When I looked into his eyes, all I saw was ambition.
What work did you do?
Loading and unloading the ships that came in. Of course, they just don't do that anymore. Dead Nettle's a forgotten town. Maybe that's for the best.
Catch you later, Ned.
See you around, Mac.
Can I get that knife?
Hey, Ned, do you mind if I borrow your knife?
If you need it, Mac, just bring it back to me later tonight, would you? If I'm lucky with my catch, I'll be firing up the grill. You're invited to join me, of course.
Oh, he's such a nice guy. Thank you. Let's go to the Belmore Manor and go behind. Maybe we can cut this. Yes. Nice. Okay.
I wasn't going to touch the molasses with my bare hands. With the items I was borrowing across the island, some may have said I had sticky fingers, but this would have made it a little bit too literal.
Okay. Can we put the molasses in or on something?
I needed to think of something else.
Okay. Do you want to put it in?
That wasn't going to work.
Okay. Never mind then. Nice.
I reached up to the cow skull and dislocated its grisly jaw. I placed the jawbone into the gree-gree.
Noise. What else? So we now have rum and bone fragments. Okay.
There is nothing.
I think that's it. For now, at least. Okay. Go to the fort. We should be able to distract the cat now.
With the newly polished brooch gleaming, I angled it towards the lantern, catching the light and reflecting a red beam on the wall.
Oh, there we go. Powder.
I took a handful of the spilled gunpowder. I placed the gunpowder into the gree-gree.
Nice. Chalk, black feather, and coffin nails. Silver coin. Okay, anything else we can do here, do you think? Probably not.
I took a handful of the spilled gunpowder.
Yeah. Keep some in case we need it. Do you think we
I
can?
needed to.
Okay. Let's go back to the cemetery.
The tin was.
Yeah, okay.
I tied the twine to the uneven table and took up a hiding spot behind a nearby wall. It was time to wake the dead. Hello? Hello? Why is it so dark in here?
Huh? Who's that?
I'm stuck. Help! Help!
Mallory, if that's you again.
Get me out of this thing!
Oh no, not again.
What do you mean not again? So you have you have buried someone alive.
Mister, are you okay? I'm so sorry. I was told... Mister? Oh, God darn it! Next time I see that girl, I'm gonna have a peewee-sized coffin all ready for her. A few hours locked in one of those should adjust her sense of humor.
Yikes. Oh.
Searching the dead man's body was not something I wanted to do.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
I picked up the handful of discarded coffin nails from the tin. I placed the coffin nails in the gree-gree.
Nice. Still nothing we can do with the graves, or...
I scanned.
Yeah. Okay. We have a lot of stuff. What do we do with it all? They are still here?
I could see the shadows of the rum runners moving around inside the church, but I didn't want to get too close in case they saw me, too. I didn't need to do any.
Let's go to the mill again. There's nothing we can do with the chickens.
That didn't work.
So can we...
I didn't need to pour.
Okay.
That wasn't going to work.
Can we use this?
I didn't need to cut that. I didn't need to cut that.
I just... Can't you put it in the gaps and wriggle it loose?
I didn't want to touch it. I hadn't seen something with that many scary-looking teeth since Old Lady Malloy's German Shepherd got loose on my 10th birthday.
Yeah, I'm not sure what to do with all this stuff. Can we use this to climb the tree?
I didn't want to make a hole in that.
I thought maybe we could make a foothold.
I didn't need. That didn't work.
I thought maybe you wanted to glue it to something. Yeah, what do we do?
I didn't need to wear the brooch, and obviously its red stone wouldn't suit my jade complexion.
Sure. So hang on.
Anything to report?
I'm keeping my eyes open. Shouldn't I have some right to privacy when it comes to my telegrams?
You know, a lot of my customers say that.
You've received other complaints about it?
No, but I've read them grumbling about it in their telegrams.
Do you want a brooch?
I thought I'd keep that to myself.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what to do. What's in the canister?
I didn't want to get ink all...
Ink.
I couldn't. On the floor was a large canister filled with dark black printer's ink. Around it, the floor was stained with ink splatters. Set up on the seafront was an elaborate carved wood puppet theater with the puppet show hadn't started yet.
Let's go back to Spirit Queen then, I guess. Can we take this?
The burlap sack was too thick to cut through with scissors.
He's not saying anything, so maybe.
I
What's
cut
in
into
it?
the sack with the knife, revealing it to be full of corn.
Ah, corn for the
I took
chickens.
the corn from the sack.
Nice, corn for the chickens, which was at the mill. Chickens, chick, chick, chick.
I scattered the corn on the path. Mere seconds later, it attracted the attention of the curious chicken.
It's not, just like, oh, anyone out there?
I was glad nobody had seen that. I may have known how to handle a chicken drumstick, but wrestling the living version was altogether different. I'd seen cowboys lassoing cattle at the summer rodeo before, but trying to do the same with parcel twine and a chicken would have been ridiculous.
Okay, had to try. Okay.
I couldn't do that. Now that the chicken was enjoying the fresh air, There was nothing of interest in the chicken coop.
Which means I'm once again stuck. You want your
I
water?
didn't need to pour water on that.
Well, maybe he was thirsty. Didn't mean to do that.
I jiggled the hand.
Right, we can interact with the window.
The damp air of the bayou had swelled the window in its frame. It would need more force than my bare hands could supply to open it.
Yes?
That didn't work.
Really?
With a bit of elbow grease, I levered up the window frame. Pressed against the inside wall was a dusty desk covered in spiderwebs, and to top it, one thing lay undisturbed, a small folded document which I picked up, along with an inadvertent eight-legged companion. Ugh. Those stories and haunted treasures I could handle, but spiders gave me the creeps.
Yeah, I definitely have a phobia. License issued by Department of Commerce and Labor. Captain's license. Yeah, that's what we were looking for. I was wondering how to make that. United States Captain's License. The undersigned inspector for the state of Louisiana certifies that Cornelius Knott, having been by them this day duly examined touching his qualifications as a captain of a steamboat, is a suitable and safe person to be entrusted with the power and duties of captaincy, and license him to act as such for 5 years from this date on all navigable waterways of the state of Louisiana. As such, the above named does solemnly swear that he will faithfully and honestly, according to his best skill and judgment, without concealment or reservation, perform all the duties required of him as a captain by the Act of Congress approved June 9th, 1910. Given under my hand this 3rd day of March 1923, B. Butterworth. Okay, so we need a picture. Can we get her to help us with it, that lady? Let me also go see if we can get or talk.
The plaque read, "My beloved Bernie, heartfelt wishes, now you sleep with the fishes."
Okay.
You've returned. Have you found all the ingredients and placed them in the gree-gree?
Not yet.
But I'm working on it.
Okay.
I'm going to...
Rebecca.
Okay, so we literally can't stay in here. Okay then, fine. Let's go see if we can talk to the lady and she can help us maybe. Deadnet.
Anything to report?
I'm keeping... Could you take my photograph for this captain's license?
What do you think this is, a boudoir studio? Would you like a feather boa and a pair of high heels for your session? Don't waste my time. I only take photographs of people who are newsworthy.
You're mean.
Yes?
Hi. I've got a story for you. A big one. There are rum runners at the old church.
Keep your voice down, Motormouth. Do you want us to end up in the obituaries?
I thought you wanted a real scoop for the Gazette.
I do, just not one that gets me on the wrong side of the mob in the process. Pigeon elected mayor, cow does the high jump. Those are the types of stories that get eyes on the front pages.
But I thought journalists had a duty towards truth, justice, and society.
Where'd you get that poppycock idea? My duty is towards the circulation numbers. And while I'd love a shocker of a story, I'd rather not become the story, if you catch my drift.
Would you take my photograph?
Do you know how much the chemicals cost to develop those photographs? I'm on a limited budget here, McAllen. Unless you've done something notable, you're not getting into print.
I think
I've got my...
Mean lady. How can I get some ink though? I don't have anything to put ink on. Unless I can
I
put it
did-
on this, yeah. I need to do something newsworthy.
the clothesline was decidedly out of reach, even for a person who wanted to steal someone's freshly laundered undergarments. I wasn't one of those people.
I hope not.
Nope.
Yeah, I'm a little stuck right now. What do I need the water for as well?
Hello again.
Hello again.
Ned told me he sells fish to you. What do you serve here?
Captains.
Right, yes. I mean by way of food.
The Captain's Club serves a dazzling array of sea-sourced dishes. From our house special jambalaya to my personal favorite, Devil's Rock Pancosa, pan-seared with lobster slaw and citrus crawfish beer blanc. In all honesty, it's not very popular. Most of the clientele are absolutely sick of seafood by the time they get ashore. Just the sight of it makes them queasy.
Yeah, well,
What about drinks?
Listen, if you're from the Prohibition Bureau, we've cleared all of that up with Officer Moe. Fines were paid, items changed hands, and now we're clear.
I'm not from any Prohibition Bureau.
Then forget I said anything. The Captain's Club is strictly teetotal, in line with federal law. Now, if certain members wish to bring in their own medicinals, then we're happy to provide the accompanying aids. Ice, tonic, mixers, and the like, but we serve no alcohol on the premises.
I best be casting off.
Don't feel the need to rush back, sir.
fair.
Welcome back.
I had nothing else to ask him.
Okay.
The neck of the bottle was I didn't need to pour water on.
Him.
Hello, Edgar.
Yeah,
Do you know there are a couple of gentlemen up by the church?
rum runners they are. Dealing with them is not in my job description. As long as they don't mix up the stiffs I'm burying with the stiff drinks they're smuggling, I'm keeping my nose out. Curiosity killed the cat, you know, and I really miss Mittens.
Oh
Who is it you're burying?
This is Theodore Grimes. He was the...
Comptroller for Juniper Parish?
That's right. You know him?
We were supposed to have a meeting. Clearly he's going to miss it.
Sure is. Now he's the late Comptroller Grimes.
I best be running along.
Goodbye.
Now that I'd looked upon the lifeless face of Comptroller Grimes, I needed to... So this was Comptroller Grimes, the man I was supposed to meet for my lodging, stipend, and authority papers. Something told me he didn't have them on him. I scanned the headstones. Wandering happily, the barrels were far too heavy for.
We don't want to do anything more,
Nope.
right?
I didn't need any more.
Okay.
Nope.
Don't want to blow it up. Yeah, I am not sure what to do right now. To look at the plaque, but I don't think that actually helps
The
me.
plaque read, Fort de L'Amour. No public access. For further information, please contact the lighthouse keeper.
Where is the lighthouse keeper, though?
The plaque read, Fort de L'Amour. No public access. For further information, please contact the lighthouse keeper.
Hmm.
From the patina of rust. I considered waiting, then I realized I went to open the door into Belmore Manor, but I was sure I'd left it in the lock. I needed to think of something else.
I guess it's twine and not rope. Yeah. Oh, lady.
I needed to think.
I have your brooch. Molasses. Oh. So I do
I
that
touched the
for
inside
the
page
picture.
of the license against the molasses.
Yeah. Okay.
Nope. The wheel was too.
So, can we cut it or something?
I needed. That wasn't going to work. That didn't work. That wasn't going.
Really? And how do we get this guy down?
That didn't.
I think I have to look it up, actually. I am kind of stuck right now. Let's see. Use the poker on the dockmaster window. Yeah, I did that just a moment ago. Captain's license, the sack, yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Wait, what? I'm supposed to show Ned the taxidermied fish. Why?
What do you think of my fish?
That's a whopper. Hang it on the scale and let's see what it weighs. Doubt it'll be Squib's record, though.
I hung the fish on the scales.
You caught a pincosa. They're the most delicious fish around here, especially grilled. But you'll never beat Squib's record.
Squib?
Jebediah Squibb, the Cajun catcher he calls himself. Last week at the dead of the docks, Squibb caught the heaviest pincosa on record. Got his photograph on the front page of the newspaper and everything. Now how am I gonna rest while he brags and boasts about it every single night?
So we're supposed to put the horseshoe in it so that it'll break the record.
With its innards made of cotton and material scraps,
then
the
something will
fish's weight
happen.
was distinctly unimpressive.
We can move on with...
With the ripped seam as an opening, I placed the horseshoe inside the taxidermy fish. Now it was heavy.
Shouldn't everyone be able to see that it is taxidermy though?
Mac, does that say what I think it does? You've been holding back on me. That breaks Squibb's record.
McAllen! How does it feel to have decimated the town record in your first few hours on the island?
How did she
How did you
figure
hear about this so fast?
Yeah.
It's my job to know about things fast. Now, I'm asking the questions here. Where'd you get the fish, McAllen?
Well, it was a mighty battle on the southern coast. Its fins strong as a motor, its mouth as fierce as a tiger's. I paused dramatically to allow my fishing prowess to wash over them.
What rod did you use?
Wooden one?
I mean, what make?
You know, I didn't use a rod.
You caught the fish without a rod?
It was more one-on-one. Mono, fisho.
You wrestled a fish?
And I won.
Well, as much as it pains me to say it, you're the cover story in the next edition of the Juniper Parish Gazette. And this is why I'm not getting a Pulitzer.
Well, now we have a picture.
I've got to hand it to you, Mac. That fish is a whopper. I don't know how you got it, but as long as it keeps Squib quiet at the porch party tomorrow, I ain't complaining.
Nice. Hook, line, and sinker. Right
I'd
for
had
record.
enough of carrying these suspiciously heavy fish around. I decided to leave it there.
Okay, good.
I had more important things. I decided.
We got something out of our inventory at least. And now
Murphy,
I want a picture.
have you seen the cover of the evening edition? I think we caught your personality perfectly in that photograph. Naive, simple, unsophisticated.
newcomer.
Makes it all the more surprising that you actually accomplished something.
I wonder if I should have it framed.
That'll cost you. Hey, those cost money, you know.
But it has my photograph on it.
The Do Not Serve board down at Spinelli's bar has my photograph on it, but that doesn't mean I can just pick it up and walk out with it, does it?
Fine, here.
I'd like to buy a newspaper.
Finally, I get something out of you loitering in here. That'll be 1 cent, please.
I picked up the newspaper. The fewer people that saw it, the better.
Island newcomer breaks fishing record. Saturday, October 7th, 1933. Last week's record-breaking catch of Pencosa fish by local fisherman Jebediah Squibb has been rapidly smashed by a newcomer to the island, State Auditor Murphy McAllen. Squibb had managed to catch the heaviest Pencosa fish since records began nearly 8 decades ago. But it proved no match to the vagrant newcomer. With a face dribbling with naivety, simplicity, and bewilderment, Murphy McLean struggled to find the words to communicate his unlikely accomplishment. Was it beginner luck, foul play? Whatever it was, we can be confident it wasn't fishing prowess, as Murphy McCarran looks the type more likely to be at the hook end of the rod than the handle. Murphy McCallow's presence on the island... Wait, we went from Murphy McLean to Murphy McCarran. McCullough, are you serious? You don't know her name? I just realized. What the hell? Sure to provide amusement for us all, and we wish him well on his investigations here, but how long will his record last?
The headline read, "Island Newcomer Breaks Fishing Record," with my photograph printed in black and white. The headline...
Okay. No, not that.
Carefully, I cut my photograph out of the newspaper. It was the photograph of myself I'd cut out of the newspaper. I wish I'd posed better. Thanks to
Well,
the
she did
stickiness of the
take us
molasses,
by,
the photograph adhered
surprise.
nicely to the captain's license.
Okay, and we don't need to change the name? I feel like we do.
Evelyn seemed...
Let's try it at least, but I feel like we kind of have to change the name, no?
My credentials.
You're telling me you are a captain?
I trust it's all in order?
I thought you said your name was Murphy McCallan.
That's right.
Then why does this say Captain Knott?
It's a pseudonym for marketing purposes. You've got to stand out nowadays. A cool name's a good way to do that. You didn't think Captain Hook was called Hook before the hand incident, did you? What would the odds of that have been?
Look, Sonny, the bylaws of this club only allow the club manager to verify a captain's license. And Mr. Perkins is enjoying his backgammon soiree with Mrs. Perkins and the ladies this evening, with strict instructions not to be disturbed. So I'll accept this for tonight, but try this again tomorrow night and it'll be another story. Now, with that said,
Well, I don't
a warm
need
and
it
hearty welcome
tomorrow.
to the Captain's Club. We sincerely hope you make use of and enjoy our facilities, and do please let me know if I can be of any assistance at all. We don't open for another hour, but if you'd like, you can head up now to acquaint yourself.
Billiard chalk for me.
I picked up the cube of billiard chalk from the edge of the table.
Now we got chalk.
I placed the chalk into the gree-gree. While I was trapped on Devil's Rock, a map of the world wasn't going to be much use to me. The cabinet was locked. That didn't work. It was a pair of scissors. The glass front would have shattered if I tried to force it open, and I didn't...
Okay. What about
The glass front would have shattered. An elegant glass-paneled cabinet. That wasn't going... The door was locked.
this one as well?
Nope. That wasn't going to work. The switch seemed to control the ceiling fans.
Oh. Is there something we want to hang?
I needed to...
Why do we need to turn off the ceiling fan?
I waited for the doors of the elevator to open, but nothing happened.
If you wish to use the elevator, I'm afraid to tell you it's broken. You'll have to endure the stairs.
Fair enough.
Okay. Okay, we need black feathers and silver coin. Do you think we need to put gunpowder or ink on the chicken?
I considered playing a game, but the lack of balls and cues was going to be a roadblock.
How did they turn back on? Okay, there must be something we can do in here now that we've come in here.
I didn't want to... The cabinet was locked. The cabinet was locked. That didn't work.
Also, where's that radio?
The door was locked.
What do we do now, I wonder?
I had nothing else.
I wonder.
Welcome back.
I had nothing else.
Just checking once in a while, you know, since there suddenly was a bottle there earlier.
I didn't need to blow. Nope.
Can we light it on fire with this?
Nope. I couldn't get to the staircase while the gate was locked.
Yeah, no.
The metal gate was far too strong to open with the... The gate was too well set into the thick stone walls to be dislodged with the screw jack. I didn't need... That wasn't going... Nope.
Okay, so you probably need ink on it.
The wood was all... That didn't...
So what do we need grease for? Because there's grease in here. So obviously we need grease for something. But I can't pick it up.
Nope.
They are still here.
I thought I'd leave Edgar...
Okay. Okay. Just looking again, because now I'm stuck again. Oh, Jesus.
If the chicken didn't want me to touch it, perhaps a blast of air could do the trick.
God, this is point and click games for you. Sometimes you really just need to try everything, don't you? Okay, let's get those. Thank you. Now we need to go back to the Gazette. Dip those feathers in ink.
Anything to report?
I'm keeping.
No. Dip those in ink.
Delicately, I dipped the feathers into the canister of ink. When they emerged, they were dyed jet black. I placed the feathers into the gree-gree.
So is
I
this...
placed the dime into the gree-gree. That would work as the silver coin.
Okay, it does. Okay.
I'd done it. All 7 ingredients
Good.
for the summoning spell. Now I needed to head back to the Spirit Queen.
Let's go. What are you doing here again?
I
And
thought
how
I'd
did
find
you
out
get
here,
here
McCallum.
before me?
How did you get out here before me?
Never mind
Exactly.
that. This will be the last time, McCallan. I'm not your secretary. I don't know what you're up to out here, but I'll figure it out soon enough. But for now, let's hurry it up. These shoes are alligator skin, and I don't want the local fauna recognizing an old friend. Another telegram came through for you, marked urgent. Kip said you might be out here.
My boss again?
Got it in one.
You could have given it to me when I was at
Report back immediately.
your job.
Received word Grimes is deceased. Lack of resources has made this a waste of time. And I've cottoned onto your little stunt with the Friday signatures. When you get back here, sorting mail is gonna be the least of your worries. Sid
Ooh.
Sinclair. Sinclair Auditing Company.
I couldn't believe what I was hearing. On a night when I'd just seen a ghost, this telegram was almost more unbelievable. There was more to the Belmore story than I could have ever imagined. Now I was being pulled away to a job I didn't want to work, and a life I didn't want to live. Maybe it was time to do something a little foolish. Do I still have that prepaid reply?
Sure do. What do you want it to say?
Tell him I quit. I couldn't believe what I'd done. I'd quit my
Oh.
job and opened the first chapter in my own adventure. But without a job, I didn't have a salary. Without a salary, I wouldn't have a place to live. And it suddenly became more important than ever that I find that treasure. For me this time.
Let's do this.
Murphy, have you found all 7 ingredients?
I
Sure have.
Wonderful! Now it is time for the final step. Out of the darkness, the sadness, the fear, I command you, my servant, now to appear.
I have returned, Master. What is your desire?
The ingredients have been gathered. The final step of the spell is ready. The focus.
The focus of the spell is whatever you are casting it upon. Belmore Manor is where the ghosts reside. An image of Belmore Manor is what you must use to direct the spell.
Murphy, do you have an image of Belmore Manor we can use?
I have it here, yeah.
Yes, Murphy, that will work. Place it inside the gree-gree as the final ingredient.
I folded the magazine cover and placed it inside the gree-gree.
The spell is ready. Finally, the ghosts will be free again. Open the gree-gree, Murphy, and that will cast the spell.
With some trepidation, I took the gree-gree from my pocket and with a deep breath, opened it.
Whoa. Housewarming, summon the ghosts. Ooh. Cool.
At last, I am free.
Servant, what's happening?
Yeah.
I was never your servant.
I am your master. You shall
I
do
thought it
my
was
bidding.
weird
I
if
command
he
you.
was just a
Foolish
charlatan.
mortal. You have
Why
served
he
your
would be a
purpose.
servant.
No longer do I need to manifest as an ephemeral specter. Now my true spirit form is freed.
Loa, do as I say.
You are of no more use to me.
Uh-oh. Oh! Scheisse!
I wasn't sure what I just seen, but the voodoo fire raging all around me was all too real. I needed to get out, and fast. Gazing into the spirit pool, I thought I could see form. I needed to get out of the riverboat, but I need to extinguish the fire to reach the door.
Oh, yeah, we have water. I don't think that's gonna do anything, but sure. Go! Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That can't be good. Part 2, the love antidote. So who was that specter? And also, yeah, I was like, if he's a charlatan, then why does he have a servant?
As I opened my eyes,
Alright, all you Belmore Manor ghosts and ghouls, let's take it to a place where voodoo rules. Foolish mortal, do you know what you've done? A house of spirits, but we know of one with evil intentions, and now no preventions to all their evil scheme. You're now implicated in this complicated supernatural dream. You cast the spell, now the deed is done. Evil's free, the plan has just begun. Without your detection, we'll have no protection from the Machiavellian game. You set them loose, so you have to deduce who is ill and who is to blame. And self-attested, we'll ask you questions 3. Draw on clues to solve the mystery. The lover, the poor, the devil of God. Questions surrounded in doubt. The officer, bride, the sailor, or guide, Murphy. Can you figure it out? Can you figure it out? The broken heart stolen by another. Tell us now who is the lover.
I think the sailor was the lover.
Someone in love and their love is true. Is it returned? What is there to do? They're caught in the middle of baffling riddles. Is love what can carry them through? Sunset life, no chance for dawn. Tell us now who is the one.
I think the bride was the pawn.
Yeah, for sure.
A bride in love but in some evil curse, immersed in voodoo and things perverse. She cannot protest, and her mind's not possessed by things that only get worse. Wicked spirits in evil rebel, tell us now who is the devil.
The
I think
officer.
the officer was the devil.
Yeah, everyone we talked to was like, oh, that sailor. But no.
Phantom figure who's now in control. Black magic powers got things he stole. But maybe it's set back, but he's gonna get back, and we're worried that goes now. Let's go. Maybe you listened and now you've done it. You took a gamble and you have won it. A pride in a spell and a sailor's farewell. And an officer pulling the strings. A hostage filled with voodoo. And yes, we know like you do. To fix it, we'll take some strange things. To test it, we asked you questions 3. You do not lose and solve the mystery. The officer, bride, and the sailor all died. Questions surrounded in doubt. Love with the pawn, the devil are gone. Murphy, you figured it out.
Yeah.
And guess who must? The foolish boss. Find treasures trapped in hidden vaults. You may think you are done, but it's all just begun. It's time for the ghostly debut. So say trick or treat, 'cause there's a goal to defeat. And Murphy, we hope that you do. Or guess what? You'll have to lie to have to die too.
I was back in Belmore Manor. And although it was better than being dead, I
Solved the
didn't
song.
know what was awaiting
Yay.
me.
Cool. Oh, I love that. I love the songs. Okay. Let's save and there. Yes, it auto saves, but we'll do that. And then we will end it after chapter 1. And we'll, so we got prologue in chapter 1 in this. So we'll continue with more next time. Thank you so much for being here and watching. And I'll see you in the next episode. Bye!